Everyone else in the chat knows that it's going to span 2 CDs. Dave doesn't know yet. Dave, it's going to scrounge 2 CDs.
2 CDs.
2 CDs.
Holy. Okay, let's do it.
It's loading up. Windows 3.1. From Bro to Bund.
Rotobund.
Rotobund.
The leading distributor in FMPK.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No. Look at this beautiful 90s laptop.
Oh, that is a mighty laptop.
Mm-hmm. Adair and Armstrong.
In the first degree. Yeah.
I have tried to play this once before, but I had trouble with the QuickTime. But the thing that I remember most about this game, you're about to see a shot of this person's mealtime. I can't get over what the fuck he's eating. Look at this! What is he eating? It looks like SpaghettiOs, celery.
Okay, he's having oops. He's got oops.
Yeah.
What's that? Rice pudding and some Jats crackers.
Is that rice pudding? Yeah, that is. You're definitely right. Those are Jats.
The news team with the 5 o'clock news.
Yeah, and everything's touching except for that lovely Swiss roll out the side there. Oh, sorry, we got the news. Oh, cottage cheese.
I'm so in for this. Can we go through all 2 CDs of this, please? This is fantastic.
Good evening. A startling slaying is sent.
Oh yeah, no, I'm cozy.
Yeah.
Popular art gallery owner Zachary Barnes was found.
I feel like I had that cell phone.
Workspace. The man being
charged Zachary's
with
dead.
Murder is Barnes' partner and renowned artist James Tobin. Our own Frank Somerville is live at the crime scene.
Laura, details are still sketchy, but police tell me that Barnes was found shot in his gallery right behind me around 9:30 yesterday.
All right.
Police are saying they answered a 911 call from Yvonne Barnes, the victim's wife. When they arrived at the scene,
That's
there were
no
signs
egg.
of a desperate struggle. Barnes was already dead, and artist James Tobin was lying near Barnes' body, injured. After some initial questioning,
he's dipping the celery in the hoops and the cottage cheese.
Where he's listed now in good
As
condition.
a cottage cheese, it is
I mean, cottage cheese is the closest it could be. Oh, it could be
quark.
quark.
It honestly looks to me like rice pudding. I don't know why, but
Why would you have rice pudding with hoops, though?
I don't know.
I mean, why would you have celery with hoops?
Wait. Celery, oops, fucking Swiss roll, Jats, whatever that is, and then a fucking fat glass of red wine for breakfast. This is great.
Sorry. James Tobin's in custody, it seems.
Already rumors of runaway.
Oh no, he's mentioned runaway.
This trial, the hottest ticket in town.
Oh, hottest ticket in town.
For that in-depth report. Stay tuned.
I feel so cozy right now. Where's that Peepo cozy emote? I need to spam that.
Okay, 3 months. Jesus, 3 months later. I'm surprised we're not dead after eating all that. Oh, hi.
To know where I was.
Like you're not here every morning?
As long as nobody's murdered nobody. You starting the Barnes case today?
Yep.
Good. I went over my videos, my interviews with the witnesses.
Yeah.
And I took out all the juicy parts for you. They're on your desk.
Thanks.
Oh.
And one of them is the defendant. And it's a good thing I talked to him because Charleston's his attorney and he's sure not going to be talking to us now.
You mean Cynthia Charleston's the defense?
Yeah, more rubles than scruples, that one. This case
sauerkraut, yeah, probably.
Picnic.
Hey, what happened to my side?
Oh, it probably is, yeah.
And Villainy, I was just thinking the same thing. I was saying the same thing.
It is beautifully composited.
One of them stood in the other's girlfriend. The other guy gets
Wait, how do you know this?
This is what you get out of Broder Bund.
On the deceased's computer. You got a copy.
You know, you're very...
And I'm going to say this.
Thanks.
Anyone else getting Her Story vibes?
But the defendant is trying to claim self-defense. Your job is going to be to prove that he only
Like going
planned to
through
look
footage
at
of people being talked to.
Tell you how to do your job.
Of course not. Know anything about the grand theft charge?
Not much.
Okay, good, because we don't know much.
A bunch of paintings were stolen from the gallery.
You know what would make this even more perfect? Subtitles.
$500,000.
Maybe the deceased got cold feet.
He does now.
That's a lot of dough. $500,000.
Oh.
Hey, how are the hotcakes?
Did you want to buy?
Yeah, I'll eat your pancakes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is great. Look at this scene right here. Look at that view. Oh, yeah. This is great.
Sorry, oh, yeah.
Okay, so her story vibe. So we're going through witness statements, some tapes, documents, and then what we go to trial and use what we've learned to like.
It's also giving me
win
like.
the case.
Were you here when I did that night of games by Synergistic Software, and like it was a real shit show. Like we played a little bit of Homie the Clown, which is trash. Beverly Hillbillies, absolute trash. LA Law the game, fucking amazing trial game. And it's like, what happened here? You made a whole heap of shit and one really good LA Law tie-in game.
Looks like it, Kia. I'm down for this. Let's.
Oh my god, I'm all for this MIDI music as well. Oh, and by the way, I do have another game that I almost put in the thing for today. That was it's kind of gives Seventh Guest vibes, and I was like, ooh. Next time.
All right, let's go. Let's go as far as we can with this. And if we stop feeling it, maybe we can switch to that. But I'm off tomorrow, so I'm up for as late as you are.
Well, I'm working from home tomorrow, so what we could also do. Are you working tomorrow evening?
No, I'm not.
Because I was gonna go to the pool, but Mum figured, we're getting close to Easter, and she doesn't want me to have the risk of getting COVID with family coming, so I ain't going. So. We can always pick something up tomorrow as well.
Okay, cool.
Let's start with the witnesses then.
Yeah, let's have a
Okay,
look.
so we got Ruby, which I think... No. Simon is the defense, so he's the one who got arrested and I guess is on trial. Yvonne is the wife of the guy who died. I don't know who Ruby is.
Let's start with the wife.
Yeah.
I think. Kia, I hope it's Ace Attorney's lawyering, because that'll make this great. FMV Ace Attorney, come on. Come on. Come on.
So weird calling you on your cell phone. I have no picture of where you are.
I'm sitting on my desk at home.
Yeah, sure.
Turns out the gun used in the
Me too, Kia. I'd be all over that shit.
You're kidding.
And I can't find a way to trace it to Toby. Oh, I gotta go.
The driving music is so much louder than the phone call.
Oh, yeah. I'll have a look in a second to see if there's a menu that we can...
The music's giving me Police Quest vibes.
Oh, yeah. In the first degree. Oh, she's calling me again?
Hello.
You were on the way to see Miss Barnes, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to remind you that we found Jimmy marks on the back alley door right after the crime.
Where are we? Is this San Francisco?
Yeah, this is definitely San
What's
Fran.
the jam?
You know, the door frame.
He took
The door frame.
No kidding.
You should remember this from our Golden Gate experience.
That's what I was actually thinking. This looks familiar. Oh god.
All right. Let's see what this game's actually about because we talk.
Yvonne Barnes.
Okay, so here's Yvonne. That's cool.
Mr. Granger, I trust your office received my letter.
Okay, so we're called
What
Mr.
You know the
Mr.
theft
Granger.
took place at Barnes
What a nice loft.
last February.
Yeah.
I have no doubt it led to my husband's murder.
You got a nice place here. All right, so we're the prosecutor attempting to convict an artist for grand theft and first-degree murder of his business partner. So Simon is the business partner.
Gotcha.
Player must look at his evidence, investigate witnesses. Sorry, interview, not investigate. But yeah, someone stole your furniture. Yeah, it is a bit lackluster in here. And then finally go to trial to secure his conviction. Program was developed by Peter Adair and Haley Armstrong of Adair and Armstrong. So they're a two-person team, but only Peter Adair has a hot link to his name. Oh, filmmaker and artist, best known for his pioneering gay and lesbian documentary, The Word Is Out, Stories of Some of Our Lives. Interesting. Anything else that we've got here? Oh, okay, here we go. Here's yeah, this is basically the beginning, so perfect. This will be a perfect recap of what's happening. James Tobin is a struggling artist. I did say a gay and lesbian documentary. who owns an art gallery with his business partner Zachary Barnes. For some time, the gallery is a lucrative business. However, after a series of Tobin's paintings fail to sell, the gallery struggles financially. Tensions rise further when a burglary occurs at the gallery, and Tobin's new series of paintings are stolen. During this time, unrelated, Barnes and Tobin's girlfriend, Ruby Garcia, have a one-night stand. Ooh, okay, well that's who Ruby is.
I see. Unrelated? Really?
One morning, a few weeks later, an incident occurs between Tobin and Barnes at the gallery, and Tobin shoots Barnes dead. Tobin claims that he kills Barnes in self-defense following an argument and a struggle. The police do not accept this claim and believe that the killing to be an act of premeditation. They believe that the burglary several weeks before Barnes' death was carried out by Tobin himself, that he stole his own paintings to gain the insurance money to save the struggling gallery, saying that Tobin killed Barnes not only to cover up his crime, but also as an act of revenge for Barnes' affair with his girlfriend. The police arrest Tobin.
One second.
Okay. And charge him with grand theft and murder in the first degree. 3 months later, District Attorney Sterling Granger, that's us, is summoned by Inspector Looper, who provides him with enough substantial evidence that he needs to establish concrete proof that Tobin is guilty of the charges and present them at court, while trying to withstand his doubts cast by Tobin's expert defense attorney, Cynthia Charleston. So I'm guessing that lady that was eating the pancakes was Looper. Inspector Looper! Okay, so let's see, is there any sort of... Oh yeah, here we go. Options. Ambient music. We can turn the ambient music off. As much as I do love hearing it, we do probably need to hear the game a bit more. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Cool, okay. Tell me about the art theft.
Miss Barnes, let's talk about what reasons Tobin may have had to kill your husband.
To me, James' motives were quite clear. He was covering the insurance fraud Zachary had found out about.
Okay.
In my opinion, the sordid rumors in the press about an affair are not really relevant, and I'd just as soon not talk about that any further. Can we start with my letter?
Letter? Sure.
Your letter was very helpful, Miss Barnes. Let's explore some
Did
of
we
the
read
details.
that? I don't think we did.
Thank you.
Let me just have Where's her letter? Letter from Yvonne. I'm just gonna squiz over this. Dear Mr. Granger, I'm writing to you in regards to the murder of my husband, Zachary Barnes, and in the case you were persecuting against James Tobin. I understand that you're a competent attorney, but I feel essence of the case is getting lost in certain lurid rumors. I provide a following summary so you better consider the true implications of the related events. I don't like that she's already straight away trying to tell me what is happening. I mean, we should be asking her, not getting her, not her just sending me a letter saying this is what the facts are. First, I would like to remind you of the well-publicized theft that took place in Barnes Gallery a month before the murder. Second, not long after the theft, my husband became suspicious of Mr. Tobin. His suspicions were fueled by several irregularities, not least of which was Mr. Tobin's insistence that the alarm system be disabled a few days prior to the theft. That is sus.
That is sus.
Third, when my husband confronted James Tobin and aired his suspicions, Mr. Tobin admitted his crimes and threatened my husband's life if he went to the authorities. I was witness to the above threat, which took 5 days before the murder. It doesn't take a genius to see the facts behind this case. James Tobin is a puerile, self-absorbed man who will stop at nothing to advance his own interests, just like most men. Though I have little faith in people of the world these days, I'm still more willing to take the stand if it will help convict my husband's murderer. If I can be of further assistance, please feel free to call me. Yvonne Barnes. I probably should have looked
Yvonne.
at... Oh, shoot, have I left her? Apparently I left her.
Have.
I should read...
That's okay,
we should actually have a look at all of these before we go back to her.
Yeah, so we know what to ask.
Yeah. Zach's letter.
But I just went, I've got gin, I've got tonic, and I'm ready to solve a murder.
Excellent. So I did ask her a question, and she was just like, if you read the letter that I gave you, you'll know what I... blah, blah, blah. All right, so printed from the computer of Zibans. Dear Ruby Red, I want to talk to you about what happened between us the other night. The feelings are so strong, I can't think of anything self. Ruby, Things are getting so complicated. I don't know what to think anymore, but I've decided the least I can do is tell the truth. What I told you is true. I have very deep feelings for you. All right, I love you. I said it. But what I did last night was not right. I love my wife Yvonne, and I shouldn't have allowed things to go as far as they did. I don't know how I'll face her. And it's not fair to Jimmy either. We both know he's made a lot of mistakes, but I'm sure he's not such a bad guy. Finally, Ruby, what should be important to you is your own work, because it is good and could get lost in all this mess. Capiche? Love, Zach. No man writes that to to a woman that he's interested in, that he slept with. You know why? Because one, Dear Ruby Red. I want to highlight that and just be like, he would just say Dear Ruby. They know each other. Unless he's going to be all the way through this going, hey, baby girl, I love you.
Unless that's his nickname for her, I don't know.
Still, you wouldn't start off with Dear Ruby Red and then every other time just call her Ruby. But also this bit where it's like, your work is good. to my dearest, to whom it may concern. Like, rubies are red.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, Kia. Yeah. It's like his little nickname for her.
But I think someone got into his computer and wrote this. She probably wrote this.
You reckon?
That's what I'm calling. Crime scene photo. Oh, yeah. Show us. Oh. Yeah, he did.
They just left the gun there?
Does he look like he's got a smile on his face? Weirdly? Or is that his lip?
No, it's his lip.
It's his lip with the mustache around it. Just kind of gives it a bit of a... Hey.
It's blending in a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yep, He's having fun.
Hold up, what's the lockbox thing next to him?
Yeah, that is intriguing, isn't it? And this seems to be like a piece of broken glass from maybe... Why would there be glass on the painting? Unless it's a photo... But you wouldn't put glass over a painting. Guns, shirt, etc. photos. Okay. Oh, there's some tape on the gun. And a door jamb from the back of the gallery, and the shirt of the accused. Yeah, there's definitely blood on that. Alright, Zachary Barnes. Yeah, oh, used to have some hair when he was a bit younger. Oh, 82, New Orleans. What the 89, want a teddy for somebody. That's a fucking big monkey, look at that.
And then 94, so what year are we in now?
I think it's 94. Or might be 95, it'd be post 94.
Okay.
James Tobin photos. Oh, he's a serious brooding man.
There we go, 95.
95. Looks like husband material, except for one small problem. Just a small problem.
It's not the size, it's how you use it.
Okay, floor plan of the gallery and loft. Okay, so it's right by the door as well.
Oh, the glass is from a table.
Huh.
Allegedly. Broken glass table.
Yeah.
Right outside his office.
But, like, what's it called? Hey! Nix! Good to see you. We're doing some murder. Well, actually, no, we're not doing... We're solving murder. Solving murder. How did your stream go? But yeah, so... If the glass is from over here, why is it on this side of the body? For that matter, why is the gun on this side of the body? If Tobin apparently... Oh no, he was sitting here when police arrived. But still. Unless he, picks stuff up and then put it over here to be like, yep, that'll do. So it's just suspicious.
So wait, he said that he shot them in self-defense, right?
Yes.
And then he just sat down and waited for the cops to arrive.
Yes. There's some stairs here, so that's to upstairs. So Tobin lives above it. So got another kitchen, got a bedroom. Oh, it's a nice studio apartment. Here's some storage for the art gallery and a toilet. Let's go investigate the toilet. Yeah, he went to the cops. That was his problem. Witness report.
That's what Kia, that's what the guy is saying happened, but the police are saying no, it was premeditated.
Yeah. Here we go.
Why?
So
though?
this is Ruby Garcia. Homicide/larceny. Why is she? Oh, potential witness. Okay, that's fine. I was about to be like, what? Born in San Jose, father unemployed car mechanic, youngest of 8 bros and sisters. Who wrote 8 bros on the police report? 2 of the brothers, Octavio and Jesus, or Jesus, have minor records. Received high school diploma in 1991, applied for and received scholarship at art college here in SF. Grades good, teachers say she's talented. Could have fooled me, but what do I know about art? Met accused at school when he lectured in the evenings, moved in thereafter. Defendant claims that he and wife had already broken up. I'll check. Interesting. So there's an ex-wife. She's lived with him for the past year or so. She denied that there's been any domestic violence towards her, but she may be covering for him. Works a couple of nights a week in a club south of Market called the 7.6. Question mark on the Richter. Couldn't get anyone there to say anything bad about her or Tobin. P.S. Not the most cooperative witness I've ever interviewed. Okay, no more pages. Simon? Oh. Simon, you look very different in this picture.
Simon looks like he's from Heartbreak High.
Yeah, Simon's like, I'm not as old as you think. Oh no, he's 22. He looks much older in the other pictures. Like, I thought he was in his 30s. Oh, unless... Simon is just a witness.
I think he looks in his 30s there. I think he looks in his 30s there.
But I mean, compared to the... Like, look. Oh, no, because it's James. Sorry, I'm mixing up Simon and James. Because, yeah, he looks older.
Yeah. So, yeah, Simon is, Ruby's partner?
No. What's happening here? Because I think she's... No, let's go back to hers. I think she's dating James.
Right.
Yeah, the accused. So, yeah, she's dating James. Simon, let's see.
Right, so she's dating James and Zach slept with... Okay, got it.
Yeah,
I misunderstood as well.
Simon is somebody. Prior convictions, no adult. I guess that means that no adult convictions. We need a flowchart, yes. Alright, so he's male, he's got black hair, he's got a large tribal tattoo on his left, blah, blah, blah. Approximately 170 pounds. Born in Florida. Alright, he did it. No crimes, left beef.
Florida man.
Yeah, claims father died 20 years ago, I couldn't find a record. Mother Gloria Lee teaches school. Simon dropped out of high school, 10th grade, worked various jobs in Florida, unskilled, picking vegetables, washing dishes, district attorney, just a kidding. Janitor. Oh, you're so funny, Looper. Said he was charged as a juvenile in auto theft. I almost said grand theft auto, which is a very different thing just to auto theft. Called Dade. Call it Dad. And there's nothing there, probably expunged. Oh, I guess that they called the Department of Juveniles.
Kelly Dade or Didati, something.
Yeah, came to SF 90, said unhappy to be a hippie, said wanted to be a hippie. A little late, don't you think? It could be Detective Dade. Worked various jobs, unemployed until mid-91 when hired as messenger by Dexter's Deliveries on Embarcadero as delivery person. Scratch out boy. Head of place liked him. He has a real future in the business. Quit his job after seeing a particularly nasty accident downtown. Interesting. Went to work at Barnes Gallery. Wandered in, ended up with job. Cleaning up, prepping canvas, etc. Apparently did a good enough job. Claimed he was making $10 an hour. Their records show $7.50. Saw his apartment, which he shares with 4 other people's. Could definitely live on that salary. Maybe he puts all his money into a fancy motorcycle he has. I'm sure it costs more than my Valiant new. Interesting to see what he does now that the gallery is that gallery no longer is. That's a really weird way of
Okay, so he worked there. Okay.
Yeah, so he prepped shit. There might have been more pages, but she scratched it out. All right, Yvonne. Hey, sexy lady. Whoever we write. No, I see. This is. These are all written by Inspector Looper. As you can see, Looper-M. She gave me all this paperwork and was like, "Here, you work it out. You're the fucking district attorney." Here we go. Born in New Orleans, prominent black family. Father, community college administrator. Mother, housewife. 2 uncles, Episcopalian ministers. Good lord. Honors in high school and college. BA Communications from Tuskegee. 82. Worked New Orleans cable station as news anchor hired by station Kive in San Jose until 92. They report no problems there. Active in SF politics and social causes. Worked with mayoral candidate McKinney. Was appointed as his press officer when he won the election. Has been working with him since then. Met the victim, Zachary Barnes, mid-80s in Louisiana, and they were, good lord, this has more typos than I do, and I have dyslexia. They were married soon after, seems to have been good marriage. She helping bankroll her husband's business at the art gallery and appears to have stayed out of running it. Barnes Gallery, co-owned by defendant Tobin. It's been quite successful, according to tax records, being profitable every year except last. I can't decide whether I like her or not. Who cares, right? Obviously smart. Probably knows how to spell better than me too. Yeah, definitely.
So anyone can.
But interviewing her, she clearly doesn't give a shit, or doesn't take any shit. Believe me, she's quite volatile. Granger, FYI, that means she has a bad temper.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all the documents. Should we look at the tapes before going back to her?
Yeah, let's look at them.
Come on, Rubes. Welcome to her story from the 90s.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's okay.
Oh, I like that with the mirror.
This happened.
Yeah, it is pretty terrible. What was your
Yeah, they did that really well.
Mr.
Yeah.
Barnes?
I was his friend.
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah?
Tobin is my boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
We live upstairs. Is he gonna be okay?
Oh, yeah, it appears to just be a surface wound.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Most of that blood belonged to Mr. Barnes.
Jimmy warned me this was gonna happen.
What, that he was going to shoot him?
He said Zach wasn't to be trusted.
Okay.
Why'd he try and kill him anyway?
Well, we're not so sure that he did.
Talk to Jimmy. They said they were arguing.
Mm-hmm. Did he tell you what they were arguing about?
Yes. No. I mean, I'm sorry. My heart's still pounding in my head. I can't believe this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tell me about your location. It's a police cell investigation thing.
Will it rewind these tapes?
Ho.
You
Wait.
have to rewind them every time?
Apparently so.
Where were you earlier today, before the shooting?
You asked me that at the loft already.
No, I'm
Yvonne
asking
and
you
I
again.
Went to a meeting for Arts in the Streets to put up murals in the Mission, but it was canceled.
Oh, mission.
And?
And so she and I drove back to the gallery. I couldn't find a parking space, so I dropped her off. There's usually parking under the freeway.
And how long were you gone exactly?
As long as it takes to drive to 9th Street and back. I didn't carry a stopwatch.
Maybe you should have. Every single time. Maybe we might be full forwarding though.
Yvonne on her knees next to Zach.
Wait, Yvonne was
I
there?
was trying to help Jimmy, and I saw all this blood on his shirt, and at first I thought it was Jimmy who got shot in the chest.
Did you see a gun at the scene?
No. Jimmy said he looked really pale.
You didn't see the gun? It's right there.
Stuff scattered about the place and broken glass, and he said, I'm sorry. Zach tried to kill me. Please call 911.
No, but I thought he called 911.
Yvonne was trying to give Zach CPR or something,
And not going to help with a bullet wound.
then she came rushing at us. She was out of her head.
What happened?
Well, she started saying crazy things. She started kicking Jimmy
Well,
and saying
I
crazy
would.
things.
Like what?
Something about, I don't know, Jimmy killed him and I killed him and she killed him and that she loved him and she killed him.
What?
It didn't make any kind of sense. I tried to put my arms
What?
around her, just holding her, but she broke away and she went back to Zach trying to save him from the last time, but I guess it was too late.
Okay.
How did Yvonne and her get to the crime
If
scene,
Jimmy
though?
Yeah.
hadn't moved out of the way, that bullet might have killed him.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, did Yvonne go with her
Did
to the
Jimmy?
mission
No.
thing?
Is it James or Jimmy?
Possibly.
People call him both. They call him Tobin, too.
Did Jimmy set up the meeting?
I don't know.
How long in advance?
I said, I don't know. You're trying to make it out like he planned it or something.
No, I'm just trying to figure
No,
out.
that's what you're doing. You can just go to hell.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Tell me about your background, Ruby.
Some information for our records. Your full name, please.
Ruby Garcia.
Mm-hmm. Current residence.
I live with Jimmy. We have a loft apartment above the gallery, number 2 Brennan Place.
How long have you known Mr. Tobin?
About a year.
Wait, how
I'm a
did the
student
lights
at the
hit you
Art
from the
Institute, and
street?
We met one night after a guest lecture he did. I moved in about a month later. But he had already broken up with his wife. That's what you're thinking.
Why is that
You
relevant?
are a real case.
You know, you're lucky I'm even talking
I'm
to you.
lucky? Listen, lady. Your friend was murdered this morning, and I'm trying to figure out what happened, and you are acting like a class, like a
Bitch.
girl dog.
I
Yeah.
won't let you say bitch.
Oh, God, it makes me want to stop listening.
Strict, huh?
Oh, she's a tyrant. Okay. Prior residence, please.
Before moving to the city, I lived in San Jose, near downtown, where I used to grow up.
Where you used to grow up?
I came here to the Institute on a scholarship. My parents didn't have that much money.
Okay.
Where I used to grow up. Where do you grow up now?
Yeah, that was weird.
Tell me about your relationships.
Not related to the case weird, just she said that
So
weird.
how
Yeah.
did Zachary Barnes and your boyfriend get along?
They were business partners and best
They were
friends.
lovers.
Jimmy is a brilliant artist, and Zach was a wonderful person.
Were you also friends with his wife, Yvonne?
Yvonne knew Jimmy's ex-wife, Helen, and I think she's always judged me against her. Yvonne has a surface, but once we got past that, we got along pretty good.
And how was her relationship with her husband?
They loved each other, I guess. Though, lately, since she's went to go work for the mayor, she's been really wrapped up in her career.
And so you slept with her husband.
Zach talked to me about it.
Uh
Was
huh.
Yvonne jealous of your friendship with her husband?
Why? There was no need for her to be.
You
Your
slept
boy-
with him.
Was he jealous?
Look, there you go again.
Look! I gotta ask what I gotta ask.
Yeah, well, I don't gotta answer.
Cool. Bill Beans.
Hmm.
Art theft.
Welcome back, TD.
Were there any unusual incidents recently at the gallery? You know, fights, angry customers, something along those lines?
Nothing. Well, there was a break-in in the gallery a couple of weeks ago. And some
Uh-huh.
of Jimmy's paintings were stolen. They were insured.
I'll look into it. Has Jimmy ever been violent towards you?
No.
Ooh.
Are we done yet? I've told you everything I know.
Ruby, for your information, certain evidence suggests that James Tobin may not be telling the truth.
Evidence? That's a lie. I know how you cops start to get in.
Think what you like. We are preparing to charge Mr. Tobin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Garcia, you should prepare for some rough times ahead.
Woo! Back to the tapes. Oh, I noticed there's a play all button. So this is Simon.
That's good, we can play them all.
Yeah.
Where were you this afternoon?
Oh, we're getting more of the mirror
I was
this time.
sleeping. When the cops came, they dragged me right out of bed.
He looks like one of the guys from It's Always Sunny in
This isn't
Philadelphia.
about those stolen paintings, is it?
No. There's been a murder, Mr. Lee.
A murder?
Mm-hmm. Zachary Barnes was shot to death in the gallery.
What?
Oh.
Everybody check your backs.
Well, are you sure?
Reach your hands for the sky.
His wife
Yes.
ID'd the
It
body
is.
at the scene.
Yeah, he looks like Rob.
Yvonne?
Mm-hmm. Yvonne.
Yvonne. That was a weird reaction from him.
Was Mr. Tobin on good terms with Zachary Barnes?
Why? You think Tobin killed him?
What makes you say that?
Tone of voice.
Just answer my questions, Mr. Lee. Were Tobin and Mr. Barnes on good terms?
Sure, they were tight.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever hear them argue?
Die like my balls.
Things got a little fierce sometimes, but it's because they both love their work. You know what I mean?
They both reached for the gun.
Did you like Zachary?
Yeah, he was cool.
What I have here is a photograph of Mr. Barnes taken by the police photographer just a few hours ago.
Well, this is too much.
I wouldn't buy this in the gallery.
Can I smoke a cigarette?
No, not in a public building. Please take a close look at the gun in the photograph. There. Just a few inches from Mr. Barnes' hand.
Yeah.
You ever seen that weapon before?
No, I've never seen it before. I don't know anything about this.
I understand you were pretty good friends with Mr. Tobin.
Sure. He was a good boss as far as bosses go. Cut me advances, let me work my own hours. Zachary was sort of my boss too.
Uh-huh.
How long you worked for them?
Since last August. Before that, I was riding a bike in the street delivering junk for all the jackets. It was pretty intense, you know, banging up and down the streets, looking out for buses, cabs, streetcar tracks, potholes, jerks opening car doors right in front of you, all for a few bucks. One day, I threw down my bike and just walked away.
Yeah?
And then I wandered around that day, wandered into the gallery, and Tobin offered me a job right off the street. Not everybody
Why?
would do that.
What about you
Yeah.
said?
Unless it, what if Tobin was like, hey, this guy'd be a good
Full
patsy?
name?
Yeah. For my
Simon
crimes.
Alphonsus Lee.
How long are your current residence?
About a year and a half. Moved out from Florida.
I'm a
Your parents
Florida
know you
man,
here?
I'm 22 years old.
but I'm
your
still a
father's
child
name?
in my mind.
He died. He left when I was real young.
What about your mother?
Gloria Lee. She teaches school in Dade County, 8th grade.
You ever been arrested?
Dade County, that's what that was.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's easy
Ah,
enough for me
Dade
to call
County,
Dade
yeah.
and find out myself.
Yeah, one time. In high school, some friends of mine stole this old man's truck.
Eh.
It's no big deal.
No, but would have been a big deal for the old man.
Bit of trivia. Apparently, they adapted this game into a
Tobin get
novel.
along with his girlfriend.
Another game?
Uh-huh.
They got along good.
Into a novel.
Oh,
So
Women liked him, but
it wasn't a game made from a novel. They made the novel.
from the game.
kind of question is
Interesting.
that?
From the
You gonna
game.
answer it?
Yeah.
Different way of doing it.
well, she wasn't sleeping with me, if that's what you mean.
I wish. Is what that says to me.
What sort of person was Zachary Barnes?
He knew how to be around people, especially a crowd. He had a kind of glow about him. But
And that's when we fell
when
in
you were
love.
alone with him, he didn't talk much. He'd just page through art books, look at paintings or something.
Oh, it's on Amazon.
He didn't take me seriously. Didn't
How
run me
much?
around.
Why not?
I'll send it to you. $9.95
Tobin
US.
helped me
Oh,
immensely. But one day, a couple months ago, we talked about art, and I realized that that quiet part of him, just looking at those paintings, that was what was important to Zach.
What about his wife, Yvonne?
and that's when we
I didn't
fell
know
in
her
love.
much. Well, she's very beautiful, but she has a way of smiling like she's looking at somebody else.
Oh,
She knows a lot of fancy people.
Put it in the chat if anyone else is interested.
Well, most of my work was for Tobin. I washed brushes, stretched canvas, gesso canvas.
Did you do any
Just
work
a-
for Mr. Barnes?
no.
Cleaned up the gallery, poured wine at the openings, hung shows.
But mostly you listened to Mr. Tobin, right?
Sure, what was I supposed to do?
Did he ever ask you to do anything that, you know,
Seems
maybe an
wrong.
ordinary person might question?
What do you mean? I'm an ordinary person.
Did he ever ask you to do anything illegal?
No.
You sure, kid?
Would you say your employer had a violent temperament?
Tobin?
Yeah, Tobin.
Not
Yeah,
that I know of.
Tobin.
Did you ever hear him threaten to kill anybody?
No. You know, you're not very subtle.
Hey, honey. Subtle's not my job.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so that's.
I don't know. It's very strange, isn't it? The hiring him off the street like that.
Yeah.
Very strange. It honestly screams to me that he thought this dumb kid will be perfect Patsy.
Yeah.
That's what it screams to me.
And he somehow fucked it up. Maybe Yvonne can tell us why she was there.
James Tobin killed my husband. I know it in my heart. Is there anything I can get for you, Miss Barnes? A glass of water? Or... Did you hear what I said? Yeah.
Get my husband's killer.
Did you witness the shooting? No, I was in the alley. When I turned the corner, I saw James outside the back door of the gallery. Do you remember what he had on? Very clearly. He had on a black shirt, and he was carrying some kind of stick in one hand and a yellow bundle or something in the other. He saw me coming. At least I think he saw me, and he hurried back inside.
Did the documents have a date on them?
Interesting.
And then
We can have a look.
Cool.
You don't have a key? Yes, but he double locked it. I had to really dig for the second key. And while I was sorting through the things in my bag, I heard a shot, and I rushed in.
Wait, she said she saw him in a black shirt, but we know that he was wearing
It's
orange.
orange.
Absolutely sure the man you saw in the alley was James Tobin. Absolutely. And did he appear to have been wounded? No, absolutely not.
Unless
On the main
Simon
gallery,
shot
we were
him,
both there. James and my husband.
and James is covering for him because he...
James was clutching his leg. Yvonne, he said, Yvonne, I've been shot. Zachary tried to kill me. Meanwhile, my husband, he was just... Miss Barnes. I rushed straight to Zach. I put my lips on his lips and my hands on his chest because I thought maybe with CPR I could save him. But there was so much blood. What did you do next? I was kneeling on something I realized underneath my skirt. And I thought at first it was Zach's hands or his fingers. And I reached down and it was the gun James used to kill Zach. I pushed it away. Could you describe that gun? Yes, it was a large gun with a black handle.
No, can you describe the gun?
But I have seen it. How long have Mr. Tobin and your husband been in business together? I'm sorry if these questions... No. In some odd
We don't know
way,
how good she is at CPR, though.
So how long were they in business? 10 years. We
I mean, that's probably also just a production thing.
Yeah.
Tobin had a long-term
Gotta make the
lease
pictures
on
look good.
loft upstairs. His rent was next to nothing. So what were the financial arrangements? Zachary had exclusive rights to represent all James' work. They split sales 50-50. That was standard in the industry. So how was business? Zachary was a good businessman. James Tobin was not his only client. Did the men have a good working relationship? At one time, but things have been really stormy the last few years. James is a good artist, but he is completely full of that dynamism that did attract some people like Ruby Garcia. I was afraid something was going to happen.
Oh.
Why? Well, because ever since his divorce, he's been getting more and more difficult. He slept around, he had financial problems, he was struggling as an artist. And one week he would say, I'm leaving the gallery. The next week he would have fights with Ruby. The next there was something else. And then he blamed Zach for all his problems. To be honest, Zach made James' career. He knew how to promote his work. Except for that last group of paintings. Why is that? They were awful. No one in the world could have sold those.
Nobody liked him.
Did you socialize with Tobin and his girlfriend? Sometimes we went to dinner, occasionally at gallery openings. But to be honest, I saw more of James when he was married to Helen. She was a beautiful woman, but she just couldn't contend with his ways anymore.
Did you get along with Ms. Garcia?
Yeah, we did some work together for the arts community. That was Zachary's idea, but we were both charmed by her. She had a certain naivete, but with real drive.
No, naivety.
After a while, I thought we
Naivete doesn't mean anything.
Sisterly bond between us, but that was a mistake. What do
Just
you
trying
mean?
to sound posh.
Yeah.
She's not as
Like calling Target Target.
either that or she's completely under Tobin's thumb.
Tell us about your background.
While I have you here, there are a few gaps I need filled in. The joys of paperwork, huh?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Your full name.
Yvonne Emmeline Barnes.
Ooh, Emmeline.
Occupation.
I work for the
Thank you,
media.
DD. I will take an internet hug and a internet cookie.
Before that,
Ooh,
I
lovely.
worked with Channel 6 News.
Hmm.
I used to cover tawdry stories like this.
I
Tawdry.
remember. You putting in long hours with the mayor?
Always. Zach used to complain he didn't see me enough.
Because you was stupid, the mayor.
Yeah. Well, how long at your current address?
7 years.
Oh.
Ever since we were married.
I can't put my finger on it, but something I can't.
Came out here.
Something's not adding up with her.
I was a graduate student in
I know what
journalism.
you mean.
Zach and I. We loved each other. Every minute. And I know I can be a difficult woman.
Okay, so now we've got one small set of tapes, which is Tobin himself.
How's your leg?
The medic said it would be okay.
We'll get you to the hospital for x-rays.
So he got
Do you mind telling
stabbed
me what happened today?
with a door jam. Is that what happened?
Zach, my
I-
business
yeah, either
partner,
that or
came at
maybe
me
the
with a gun
table?
This morning and told me that he was going to kill me.
Because the table was
Those
broken
were
after all.
exact words?
Well, I don't remember his exact words. Zach and I were supposed to have a business meeting this morning. I was over there, I was finishing up my coffee, and I looked up and he's coming at me with a gun. Well, I pulled it up out of my
jam
chair
everywhere.
and he fired. I mean, thank God I did, or the bullet would have killed me. It just hit my leg. Oh, God, this has been a nightmare.
How far away was he when he fired?
Well, he must have been pretty close, because I managed to grab the gun out of his hand. We started to struggle, and I hit my leg on the coffee table, and the glass shattered, and then the gun went off for a second time, and hitting him.
Yeah, Kia, this is weird.
Yeah.
And then there was blood everywhere, and
Blood. Delicious blood.
Inspector, we should get this man to the hospital. Yeah, all right. I'll be talking to you, Mr. Tobin.
yeah.
They're jamming the car communications. It's Strawberry.
Go to ludicrous speed.
Be appointed to represent you before any questioning.
Haven't watched that in so long.
Oh, here we go. So now we're in the
Explain to you.
Interview room, yeah.
interview room.
The doctor tells me the bullet didn't hit any bone.
Yeah, I guess I was lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was shot.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a chance to talk to the other witnesses.
Oh?
Yeah. Yvonne Barnes, the deceased wife. I understand she and your girlfriend were out together this morning.
Yeah, that's right. But they came back early, and Yvonne found us lying on the gallery floor. And she started wailing. She's...
Wait. I got some confusion here. Miss Barnes says that she saw you in the alleyway just a few minutes before she got back inside.
She also said you were wearing black, which you weren't.
No, she's mistaken.
She says that she saw you very clearly.
I mean, she did yell at Ruby already.
It's obvious that
She also said that he wasn't
confused.
injured and his leg was fucking bleeding. I don't think he could walk on it properly.
Yeah.
So, Barnes owned a gun?
I told you I never saw the gun before he pulled it on me.
Never?
Zach talked about getting a gun. I thought that's all it was, just talk, just to scare me.
Why would he want to scare you?
Well, Zach had a scheme going with the art insurance, and he tried to pull me in on it, but I wouldn't.
What?
So
You're
he was
saying
afraid
Zach
that
was the one who
he
was
going to lose his
scamming
art
things?
gallery and have to rely 100% on his wife's career. Ultimately, he was a real loser. I am telling you that Zach brought the gun. Zach tried to kill me right there in the gallery.
Dead artists sell paintings, though, don't they?
Yeah.
About those.
How about the cash box?
Yeah, yeah.
Box.
It was on the floor, upside down, next to Zach's body. How'd it get there?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing it there.
Maybe you were grabbing it?
Yvonne also said that she leaned down and pushed it away because she kneeled on it.
Did you happen to notice those bags the police put over the hands of the victim?
Yes.
Do you know what they're for?
DNA samples?
No. They're to keep the hands from becoming contaminated. If Zachary Barnes fired a gun this morning, if he pulled a trigger,
Powder residue,
there'll
yeah.
be some
Yeah.
residue on his hands that'll show up in our tests. But if his hands are clean, I'm going to charge you with murder.
Oh, his hands were clean then, weren't they?
Must be. Do we have confirmation on that? Do we have a lab document?
I think the fact that this is saying new story, he's about to tell us a new story.
I lied.
Yeah, I knew it!
What I told you before
Fuck.
wasn't true. I mean, not all of it.
Okay, he never shot the gun.
I was so scared. I didn't think that anyone would believe me.
Well, tell me what really happened, and I don't want any crap this time.
Zach and I were having problems in our business.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that he was so desperate. He did bring a gun to our meeting, just like I said. And he pointed it at me, just like
Who's the gun
I
registered
said.
to?
And shot you in the leg?
No. No, Zach didn't.
You shot yourself in the leg, didn't you?
The first shot was the one that killed him.
And then you tried to cover up by
He
shooting
said
yourself
he
in the
came
leg.
at me, and I was able to get the gun, and it went off.
And then you
That's the
decided to
total
make it look
truth.
like self-defense. Which
Your
is a
own leg. How did that happen?
stupid story, if that's the case.
With everything that's been happening lately, I didn't think that anyone would believe that Zach would attack me. So I don't know, I panicked, I guess. I wanted it to make it look like it was self-defense.
But if it was self-defense, you've just made it look so much worse.
Myself in the leg.
You shot your own
But
self in the leg?
That could happen.
Yes, I admit
It could have
sounds
panicked and just
insane, I
thought-
know, but
This is the only way in
Yeah.
the heat of the moment.
But he has made it worse for himself.
He has. He has.
close and I just
He shot himself in the foot, as it were.
It
No,
sounds.
it was his leg.
It sounds stupid enough to be true. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Turner.
Then who was in the fucking alley?
I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, because he was wearing orange. Unless he was wearing something black on top of it. Yvonne definitely said she saw someone.
Tell me a little bit more about the problems you and Zach were having.
Wearing. Yeah, tell us.
I better see a lawyer.
Yeah, you better.
Yes, Mr. Tubbs.
But you will not be going and seeing one. You'll be calling one in.
Where did Simon work prior? Was he a delivery driver
He was
or
a
something?
delivery driver, yeah.
And he suddenly quit because he saw a nasty accident and then went straight to this gallery and got hired.
Oh, good. So she's not concerned. I left the scene. So I was asking
Can we
her.
quickly check the documents? Just quickly.
Yeah. You want to look at Simon? Do you?
I want to look at Yeah, let me look at Simon.
The face of a killer, Simon. All right. So.
Okay, date May 19th.
May 19th.
So he said he worked there. So this report was collated on May 19th. Is
Yeah,
that what
May
you're saying?
19th,
So he's
1995.
been working since
91.
last August.
Yes. But don't forget no, hang on. This is fine. I was about to say 3 months has passed, but this would have been at the time. So it's been 3 months since then. So it's...
Okay.
June. July. It's August, September now.
Okay, so at the time of the murder that happened, he'd been working there for what, 9 months?
So it would seem.
Okay. I want to know if he's met any of these people that have anything to do with the gallery prior. Because it seems so weird to me that he would just quit his job, go straight to an art gallery and just get hired on the spot. It's too fucking...
Let's go and question the man himself.
Yeah, let's do that.
His dodgy ass. Oh yeah, I turned off the incidental music because it was, making it hard to hear people.
Yeah, that's good.
As much as it banged the soundtrack.
You've reached the desk of Sterling Granger.
Oh yeah, who's ringing us now? Looper?
One new message.
Okay.
Hello, this is James Tobin.
Ooh.
My lawyer told me not to call you, but I had to tell you.
Ooh.
I know Simon Lee stole the paintings. I saw him outside the gallery in costume. He was dressed up like the back of a horse or something. A week later, he's driving a new Kawasaki.
What?
When I take him aside, he tells me that Zach put him up to it for the insurance.
End of final message.
That answering machine sounds so much like a speak and spell. It's not funny. Spell range.
If that's true...
Oh, he's gone back to
for me.
Dexter's.
No problem.
I thought you quit this place to work at the gallery.
I did. But since the gallery folded, I had to come back.
No deliveries now?
No, things shut down at 7. I just want you to know that everyone thinks I'm on Tobin's side, but I'm not.
Why
Oh.
do they think that?
I don't know. I guess because I was his assistant and I had to do what he said.
Why?
Why?
Because he was my boss. I had to kiss his ass and make him think I was always on his side, which I wasn't.
So you sucked his dick. I mean, what? Do you know what this background reminds me of, though? It reminds me of... have you ever seen Dark Angel?
Yeah.
Yeah, like their bike messenger center as well. Actually, kind of... No, that was in Seattle. I was about to be like, was that in San Francisco? But no, that was Seattle. Jessica Alba's going to pop out before you know it. Okay, art theft.
Simon, did you stop by the Barnes Gallery the night Tobin's paintings were stolen?
Are you a junkie? What's going on here?
Likely to come up in court.
Yeah, I stopped by. I was out late with some friends. I wanted to borrow a few bucks from Petty Cash. They let me do that.
Was there anyone else?
Lockbox.
No.
Right.
Okay.
Ask about his motorcycle first.
Yeah.
I noticed out front you have a Kawasaki.
Yeah, it's mine.
What size?
750.
How long you
Ooh.
owned it?
Got it a couple days before Zach died.
Ah.
1,500.
What? How'd you afford
Are
that,
you
mate?
making payments or did you pay cash?
What are you asking for?
Well,
Just curious.
what do you think?
Did you pay up front?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess maybe the Tobin's call will come back. Tell me, what did you steal the paintings? No, what did you wear? What did you wear? Tell me.
On the night of the theft, when you stopped by the gallery, what were you wearing?
A sweatshirt, like this, and shorts.
Black?
I remember because it was cold out.
But did you look like the back of a horse? Oh, here we go. Reveal Tobin's phone call.
Wait, should we tell him that Tobin called us?
Well, that's
That
what we're
seems
doing
like-
here. But I think we should,
I know.
because he's going to have
showing
to...
our hand, though, aren't we?
Yeah, but at the same time, I think it's going to be confronting to him for him to be like, oh, shit. Because it directly says, this guy says you told him this. Now.
Okay, no, yeah, the other alternative is to just flat out accuse him. No, you're right.
Yeah.
I just picked up a call off my message machine from James Tobin. Want to know what he told me?
No?
What?
He said he saw you in front of the gallery the night the paintings were stolen. You were dressed up in a horse's costume.
You're right, I forgot.
Ah!
That was the back half.
I could have guessed.
Why the fuck were you in the back of the horse?
That gave you the money for the Kawasaki.
Yeah? He's an asshole, bunch of friggin' lies. I was at the gallery, stopped by to get some money, but Tobin was the one stealing the paintings, not me.
He see you there?
Yeah, he saw me, put his arm around me, and asked if I'd do him a favor.
What favor?
He asked me to keep it quiet, to say nothing to nobody.
And did he give you 1,500 for the
Try to stick this crap on me.
motorcycle? Where'd you get the money for them? Should we ask him if he paid him off?
Yeah.
Simon, did James Tobin ever give you anything in return for your silence?
Look, I told you what I saw that night in the gallery.
Yeah.
Isn't that enough?
No.
No,
Well,
no.
that's all you're gonna get.
Oh, you little bitch. Alright, fine.
Alright.
Did you see a gun?
Did you ever see a gun in the Barnes gallery?
Oh, you did.
I don't remember.
No, that looking down says to me you did.
Shit.
I'm gonna ask for your cooperation, mate.
Simon, you're not a suspect in this case.
Not
so
yet.
there's no need
He
to-
was a horse's ass, 100%.
Can we continue?
Maybe he was a donkey.
No problem. But like I said, I just worked there and pretty much minded my own business.
He's like the donkey's ass always behind.
Yeah, he minded your own business, but he also went and got money out of petty cash all the time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you again. Did you
Simon,
see a
I'm not in
fucking
the mood
gun?
for games. Did you ever see a gun in the gallery?
I'm not playing games.
We'll see.
You're playing Tetris with me, mate. You're not very good.
Yeah. Zach's office in the drawer.
Oh.
It had silver facing and black grips.
You didn't mention this to Inspector Looper?
Zach's office, huh?
I was pretty upset.
But you know that he has a gun, which is interesting.
Let's ask him to reveal more.
Or maybe should we ask him if Zach had the gun? Or maybe,
I don't know about suggesting he delivered it. That might just put
No,
him on
no,
the
no,
back
no.
foot.
I think it should be definitely one of these bottom two.
What do we think, chat? What do we think?
I assume Detective Looper was a made-up name. It's ridiculous. Letty Looper. I don't know what her first name is. I'm just going to assume it's Letty Looper. Zach is the dead. Because don't forget, like, what's it called? James has said that Zach had the gun, and then he got the gun off him. And what's it called? Simon here has said that, yeah, I've seen it in Zach's office.
So we can safely assume that it was Zach's gun then.
So maybe we should ask him about if Zach had the gun. Tell me.
Being shook up is no excuse for lying. Did you ever actually see Zachary with a gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
When?
Monday night.
Monday night.
He was standing at his desk and he unsnapped his briefcase and took a pistol out and slid it into his drawer.
Oh.
I got out there. I don't think he ever saw me.
What? Okay. Who did you tell anyone about the gun?
Who'd you tell about the gun?
No one.
You didn't tell Tobin?
No.
Oh.
If Zach brought the gun like you say, maybe Tobin's right, and we got the wrong man. Is that what you think?
No.
You keep looking up to the right, mate.
About anybody for a fool.
Unless that's where your cue cards are.
Did Zach ever explain to you why he brought the gun to the office?
No, I never talked to Zach about it. Look, things were pretty tense around there. I mean, Tobin said Zach was out to get him, and I believed it.
Uh-huh.
At least I did then.
Maybe you should have told Tobin, because if he knew that there was a gun at the scene... Yeah, that's absolutely where his cue cards are. He's looking at them even now. Yeah, maybe you did tell Tobin. Tell me about that.
The way you describe it, you should have told your friend Tobin about the gun.
Why would I do that?
You say there's all this tension in the gallery.
Yeah.
Then Zach comes, stashes a gun in his office, but you don't warn your friend Tobin. Who's going to believe that?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not stupid. The police say Tobin plugged Zach with that gun.
So?
Everyone knows I was Tobin's slave, that I'd do just about anything he wanted. I mean, if I go to court and testify that I told Tobin about the gun, they were going to think that I was in on it.
Were you?
See?
No, we're just asking. We're asking. We're not... Look, Tobin's already said, yeah, he shot him. Just... He says it's self-defense.
There's
So-
a good chance before this thing's over, Tobin will tell us the whole story.
And you'll never have to
What
go
will
to
you do
court.
then?
I don't know.
Okay, what's this about a letter?
I have a letter to Ruby.
Ah, the Hey Ruby Red.
Were you and Ruby close?
Yeah, we were good friends.
Ooh.
I mean, everyone else in that group was older than me and her, and since Zach's death, we've been hanging out more together.
Oh.
We talked a lot about what happened.
I wonder if his nickname for her is Ruby Red.
But I think she only likes older guys.
Oh.
Maybe she'll change her mind.
Yeah, especially if you keep calling her Ruby Babe. Sorry, Ruby Red. Sorry. Ruby Babe. Ruby Baby.
Simon, do you know anything about a letter Zachary Barnes wrote to Ruby Garcia?
That you wrote?
Yeah. I was the one who gave it to her.
What?
You?
Ruby called me and said Zach had something for her and could I pick it up on the way to work.
You know what was in the letter?
No.
So you gave it to her?
Yeah, she was really excited. She
Wait.
went in the next room and started reading it. I got a little pissed.
Why? Is it going to say something different than what?
I didn't want to be their little love messenger.
Ugh. Okay.
Let's ask if he looked at it.
Ooh.
Because if he did look at it...
A love messenger. I thought you said you didn't know what was in the letter.
Yeah.
Simon, you opened it, didn't you?
You did, didn't you?
You were jealous, right?
No. Zachary didn't even
Yeah, you had a crush on Ruby, didn't you?
Yeah,
no,
you
I
did.
Opened it, and this is the truth because James told me to start looking out for stuff.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Well, Zach had been acting kind of weird lately. At least that's what James thought. And
Unless
he wanted me to keep an eye on him.
James then said, "Hey, Ruby, can you seduce this dude? Keep him distracted." Did Tobin find out?
Did James Tobin know about this letter?
Yeah. He got Ruby upstairs reading it, and they had a big fight.
Oh.
You were in the room?
No, I was downstairs in the gallery. But I could hear them above me arguing, especially James.
That's what they said. They call it, but it sounded more like a walrus hitting a dog.
Downstairs, he was all worked up and red in the face. He put his head up against the wall and punched a hole in it with his fist.
Wait.
Did he say anything?
Where's this hole in the wall then?
He's been screwing Ruby, and he's gonna be very sorry. And then he wiped the vase off his desk, and I got my butt out of there.
Where's the hole in the wall? I'm gonna attack this fucking story, because where's the fucking hole in the wall?
Simon, you told a very different story to Inspector Looper the night of the murder.
That as well.
Well, that was a bad time, right?
What?
I mean, I was James's friend. I didn't want to believe he really killed somebody.
What made
And what now?
Ruby.
Oh.
She came over to my place after the murder, after we'd been interviewed by that inspector.
Huh.
We talked for a long time, almost till morning. It was real sad. She said Tobin pushed her around after he read the letter Zach wrote. I felt like a real bastard.
That's not what she said in her interviews.
After I delivered the letter to Ruby, I told James about it. That's what started the fight. Otherwise, he would have never known about Ruby and Zach.
Oh, so that part's your fault. Did you tell Ruby?
Simon, did you ever tell Ruby what you did?
Of course not. What am I going to say? That I was Jimmy's little toad? That I was spying on her?
Don't worry, she won't be in the courtroom while you're testifying.
What, are you crazy? She'd hear about it.
Simon, how are you going to feel if Tobin gets away with what he did?
I don't give a damn what happens to that asshole.
Oh, well, why is he an asshole?
All right, I'll think about it.
Oh, you'll think about it. No, I'm going to push you, mate. Push you.
Simon, I'm going to insist you tell the full story in court. Do I have your cooperation?
I don't know. I really don't want...
I don't care what you want. Your job on that stand is to tell the truth.
Yeah.
That's all I have now, Simon. I just hope you get this all sorted out by the time you're called to testify.
Hey.
So it was Zach's gun. Tobin knew about the thing with Ruby.
Yeah. He's still saying, I didn't tell him about the gun, but that doesn't mean he didn't know about it from other people. Should we go back to Yvonne now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, death threats? What? Tell me about the death threats.
You mentioned in your letter that Tobin threatened your husband's life.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. One evening, about a week before the murder, Zachary and I were supposed to go to dinner at Zuni, so I drove by the gallery to pick him up.
Not Zuni's.
He and Tobin were having a very loud discussion.
About what?
Well, I only heard the end. Tobin was yelling at Zach. He said, if you go public with the insurance thing, that'll be the end of this gallery. And Zachary responded very calmly. He hardly ever raised his voice. He said, The gallery will survive. And Tobin yelled back, "Not if you don't."
Ooh.
You heard him clearly?
Oh, yes. He was threatening my husband's life.
But she also knows about press and all that. So if she's trying to get something over her way. Like,
Yeah, let's ask for more info.
Yeah.
Is there anything else about the theft that you'd like to add?
No, nothing at all.
What about the... Oh. So we can't ask about the
Damn it.
alarm now. Dang it.
You're aware, I assume, that James Tobin admitted to firing the gun that killed your husband.
Yes, I read the papers.
He claims it was self-defense and that
That's
your
true,
husband
yeah.
was a
Simon did say that.
That's completely odious. The very thought of him... Look, Tobin arranged that meeting with Zach. He planned to kill my husband and then use the racetrack as an alibi.
No.
Things fell apart.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Well, what happened next?
What happened when
In
you
your
returned?
plot?
Ruby had just dropped me off when I saw Tobin in the alley outside the gallery doing something by the door. He'd already killed Zachary by then.
Remember any details?
Distinctly. He was carrying a yellow-like bag or bundle and a big club. He was wearing a black t-shirt with the gallery logo.
What happened next in the street?
After he spotted me, he went inside, panicked, and shot himself. That was the shot I heard.
Okay, that part you might have heard, but that's not what... could it be something else?
Are you sure it was a club?
No, I was some distance away.
Did you know there were fresh crowbar marks found in the door jamb?
He was faking a break-in. That was a crowbar he had.
You're right. You should be writing murder mysteries.
This isn't a murder mystery. You know, that's
I
why
mean,
the
it
place was
already
in
is,
such
yeah.
disarray.
But Tobin is going to claim the mess was all a result of the brawl he and Zach had.
Oh, he's lying. A fight between them could account for the broken table and the mess, but why was the cash box lying out?
Yeah, thank you. Can you tell me about the shirt, though?
I'm having trouble with your description of Tobin's shirt.
I don't understand. Are you suggesting I'm making this up?
No, not at all.
Right, look. Follow up. Come on. Tell me more.
You said you saw him in a black t-shirt that morning, but we know that he was arrested in a yellow dress shirt.
I mean, I'd call it more orange, but...
You're right. That's odd.
Remember it was splattered with blood?
I have a clear image of him standing there in that black shirt, carrying that bundle.
Yvonne, what color was the bundle?
Yellow. My God, Tobin changed shirts. He had to change because he got Zach's blood on the other shirt. He changed into one of the black t-shirts from the box.
And changed back.
And he probably wrapped the gun in the yellow shirt and went outside.
Oh, he is such an evil,
But
calculating
wasn't
man.
the gun near the body?
After spotting me, he went
It
back
was.
inside. As my husband lay there dying, he was figuring out that story he told me about this big fight they'd supposedly had. That's when he put the gun on the floor and changed into the yellow shirt. That son of a...
Again, I would still say orange,
Yeah,
but
Kia.
it was the man in the yellow hat. Or shirt. Tell me more about the gun.
What can you tell me about Zachary's cousin, Daryl Barnes?
Oh.
Mr. Granger, I have a question of my own first. Am
Sure.
I right to assume you have a pretty good case?
We had a very good case until I learned the murder weapon was registered to Daryl Barnes.
Oh.
But there's a plethora of evidence.
Ms. Barnes, please give me some background on Daryl.
He's a nice guy, a city police officer.
Has Tobin ever met him?
I doubt it.
So Tobin's never been to Daryl's house?
No.
So...
Could Zach have gotten the gun because it was in Zach's straw?
Yeah. So I've got a walkthrough open and it says, ask Tobin if Tobin brought the gun. Why would Tobin have gotten the gun? No, I'm going to go with Zach. I'm sorry.
Did Zachary ever go to his cousin's house?
And recently?
Occasionally. Why?
Did your husband have access to Daryl's firearms?
Probably not, no.
Look, if you're trying to implicate my husband, you're talking to the wrong person. Zachary was the victim of this crime.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying... Yeah, let's go back to Tobin then.
Then how could Tobin have gotten a hold of the gun?
Yeah.
I'd like to help you, but I don't know how he got the gun. Is it really that important?
Believe me, it's important.
But why?
What do you mean?
He's
Is it
admitted
really?
to pulling the trigger. We know he lied to the police. It's obvious he's
Nah,
guilty.
I don't trust her. I didn't trust her in her interview tapes, and I don't trust her now. Something's
Ms.
fucking
Barnes,
off
you
about it.
understand that to get a conviction, we must tie the murder weapon to the defendant.
Well, there's something I haven't told you.
Uh-huh.
I borrowed the gun from Daryl and brought it here to the loft.
A city police
No.
officer loaned you his gun? I must say, I have
It
a hard...
wasn't his service revolver. I took it without asking.
No.
He and his wife were on vacation, and I had a key.
So how did Tobin end up with it?
Zachary didn't want it in the house. He disliked guns, and he said we should take it to the gallery for safekeeping until.
But why
he could
did you
return
take
to
it?
Daryl.
And
Yeah, why did she take it?
Tobin must have stolen it from his office at the gallery.
Can we follow up on that?
Yeah,
Question
yeah.
her story. Why did we get her? Why did she get the gun?
Either challenge her story or suggest a better story.
I
Now I'm
wanna
going to
challenge
question.
that story. Yeah.
Ms. Barnes, are you sure this story is accurate?
Yes.
It's very important.
I've given you everything about the gun you need. Mr. Granger, I'd like you to be aware of my situation.
Okay, thank you.
understand
Please,
losing
please.
Your husband and now having to go
No.
through this whole...
You can't begin to imagine how all this feels.
Like, why do you need the gun?
You are aware I work as the mayor's press officer.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor has told me that this whole thing reflects poorly on his administration. And I have to say, next to Zach, my career is the most important thing in my life. So, if you need the emotional, weepy widow in the courtroom, I will not be able to oblige. I intend to maintain complete control of myself.
Yeah, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you get the gun though?
Why'd you get the gun?
Thank you for your time, Ms. Barnes.
You're welcome. I want nothing more than to see justice done.
I will
I mean,
do
it was a
my best.
lockbox. It would have had money in it.
I hope it's good enough.
Me too. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Which does kind of fit into, like, if they're suggesting that he was trying to steal stuff.
So hang on, we've got the cash boxes out,
Yeah.
open on the floor. We've got a guy in a gallery shirt with a crowbar.
Yeah. Tobin said
So,
he
like-
doesn't remember the box there, but then there is also the potential chance that Tobin has changed because she remembers a bundle that was yellow. But why would he
I
take the
think-
gun outside? I mean, obviously to throw it away, but the fact that he's then gone back
he
inside
comes back in, he's seen her and goes, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna go back in.
and pretend that we're still struggling.
I'm then gonna change my shirt and
Again.
then shoot myself." Okay. So where's the t-shirt then?
Yeah.
Where is the t-shirt?
Let's have
That
a
wasn't
look.
recovered. If she was just outside, he wouldn't have time to like he'd have to. Maybe he could have had time to change and shoot himself in the leg, but does he have time to change the
Would you
like,
call
to
this
hide
yellow?
the
I still
t-shirt?
say this is fucking orange. This is like jumpsuit prison.
It's orange. It's orange, but it's. I can see where they're saying yellow, but
Yeah.
where's the t-shirt then? That's what I want to know. Where the
Yeah.
hell is the t-shirt?
Yeah. Mustard yellow. And it's the glass that still fucks me up. Why is the glass on this side of his body?
From the table.
Yeah. Because where like from where the picture, like the setting of this, the broken glass table would be behind us in the photograph.
Also, why is he fallen on the ground? It's like he got shot from that corner of the room.
Yeah.
He's lying in a very strange position.
Yeah, like his feet are being up against the wall, but he's been shot through the front of the chest because he's fallen backwards. Who the fuck did the blocking for this? Yeah, like, maybe Tobin was trying to steal from him. Alright, Ruby.
Yeah, let's talk to Ruby.
Let's talk to your sus shit.
Why are you going after
What
Jimmy?
the fuck is
He's been
happening?
charged with murder.
But it was self-defense, I'm sure.
Are you though? Are ya? Tell me about Zach. Was Zach popular?
He was doing a handstand when he was shot and fell backwards. Of course, it
Yeah.
makes
People
sense.
like Zachary Barnes.
Yeah, everybody pretty much liked him.
Did
I
you
think
like
his
him?
personality was a big reason for the success of the gallery.
Biblically?
Everybody just liked
But
to
yeah,
hang around
yeah,
and
Kea,
listen to him tell jokes.
the box being there
No,
suggests
not
that
really.
Zach
They were
was
always
holding
too
it.
horny.
Mm.
You want to hear a favorite? What did the snail say riding on the turtle's back?
I give
What?
up.
Wee.
What? Did you like him?
All right,
Would you say you were
I'm
fond of
charging
him?
you with a shitty joke.
Yeah, I
You're
thought
being
he was a
charged.
good guy.
Did Zach like you?
What were his feelings for you?
Ah, Zach had the gun in the cash box. That makes sense.
One day I went over to Zachary's loft. I think we were supposed to be talking about me having a show or something. I was lonely because
Reach
Jimmy
for the
was working
heavens.
around the clock. And Zach and I had a few drinks.
I'm
One
reaching.
thing led to another, but it was no big deal.
Wait, one thing led to another, but no big deal. Do you have any regrets?
Any
Given what
regrets?
happened to Zach,
Regrets.
do you feel
That's better
getting
than
involved with him
regrets.
was a mistake?
This is really hard for me to talk about.
Uh-huh.
Jimmy is not a perfect person. But
Uh-huh.
that didn't make it right for me to go and sleep with his partner. It's just like my mom used to say, I'm only always thinking of myself. If it hadn't been for
Okay.
me, none of this would have happened. Zach would still be alive. Jimmy wouldn't hate me. As a matter of fact, he wouldn't even be in jail. And Yvonne would still have a husband.
Imagine instead of saying put your hands up, cop shouted, show me your armpits.
Honestly, that's much more intimidating.
Yeah. Suggest it's not her fault. Suggest she pursued Jack. Or Zach. What do you reckon? Fault or... I mean, no. What you just said is not your fault. It doesn't matter if you slept with someone. But it's your fault if you were actually involved and, shot somebody. But you seem to suggest that you were out and about at the time.
Ruby, it's ridiculous to blame yourself for everything that's happened.
Thanks. It's hard.
Okay. Did Tobin find out?
Did Jimmy ever find out about the affair?
I mean...
Zachary wrote me a long note after we'd slept together. Jimmy caught me reading it. Sometimes...
Okay, that tracks with Simon's story.
Yeah.
What was in the note?
Yeah, tell me.
I don't really know.
What?
I only got to read the beginning because Jimmy snatched it away.
Ah.
What did the beginning say?
Did you ever read the note?
Snatched it, so you never got to see what was in the note?
Yeah. Jimmy never let me see it, and I never got to talk to Zach about the note because he died before I could.
He called you Ruby Red.
Jimmy said the only reason he was ever friends with me was so he can get in my pants. But he was never like that. He was so nice to me. So was Yvonne.
They wanted a
They were
threesome.
the only ones who ever encouraged me. Ever.
I mean, that's true. He did encourage her in the
Nobody
letter.
wanted me to be an artist. Not my family. Not Jimmy. Nobody.
What?
But
Jimmy
he
didn't
said
want you
my
to be an
parents
artist?
were good. And he was going to help me get a show.
It's a shame I killed him. Yeah, tell me about the theft.
Tell me about the theft.
It was a terrible blow. Shook everybody up.
What happened?
Well, nobody knows for sure. It's just one morning we got up and went downstairs in the gallery. Someone had broken in.
Oh, that's right, because they live there.
And they cut the paintings right out of their frames.
Was anything else taken?
No. We think the thieves might go and sell the paintings in Europe. I don't know, maybe Japan or something.
Were they that good, though? So, tell me about Tobin's artwork.
Like a lot of people in this city, I think Jimmy's a very good painter. Can you describe the stolen works?
Yeah.
Well, they were part of this new series called The World is Burning. It was a big change for him, you know. Bigger works, darker forms, more haunted. I liked him.
Was all of this series stolen?
No, he brought a couple up to the loft the night before.
Interesting.
That one, it's Jimmy's favorite.
Strange that the one that he liked best didn't get stolen. I mean, he did move it up, but why did he move it up the night before things were stolen?
Who was the beneficiary of the policy?
They both were, Zach and Jimmy. The gallery gets half the money and Jimmy gets the rest. Same as if they've been sold. Why?
Okay. Were they popular in the gallery?
I was just wondering, how'd the public respond to Jimmy's new work?
Oh, you changed poses suddenly.
The public. They wanted his old work, more of the same. But Jimmy had to move forward as an artist.
Did the new paintings sell?
No. And I think that's one of the reasons why he was so upset. But it's like you said, you have
Then why were the new ones stolen?
Crazy idea. This is probably not what's happened. But imagine if the new paintings aren't actually painted by Jimmy, they're painted by Simon. And that's why no one likes them.
Yeah. Or by her. She said she was an artist as well.
Yeah. Look, we can see that she's very into symbolism.
Well, she was saying that one there is Jimmy's.
This one?
Yeah, she pointed to it. She said that's his favorite one.
Why does she have... Why does it look like she's been painting on it? Because look at this.
I don't know.
Do you know about the financial situation, the problems?
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions about
You're right, Simon doesn't have a background in art.
I suppose.
But they've been together for about a year, so... Were there any money problems?
I appreciate your help. Did the failure of Jimmy's paintings in the marketplace create a financial crisis around the gallery?
Jimmy took it hard. He was so used to everybody just loving his work.
Ooh, and the previous ones,
there was just no money
previous
anymore.
artwork would have been by Helen,
For both Zach and Jimmy?
the previous wife.
Yeah. Lately they've gotten used to this certain lifestyle, you know.
Oh.
We'd drive nice cars and we'd eat out a lot, and there was this new house up at the river.
Were they desperate?
I didn't used to think so.
Could one of them have been involved in the theft?
I suppose it's
Wait, we're
possible.
suggesting Yvonne and Zach? Well, where was Tobin?
Ruby, can you tell me where Jimmy was the night the paintings were stolen?
No, not really.
Are you sure?
Yes. Didn't you hear me?
No, apparently I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay, lady.
So, did Zach have a gun? Do you know about this gun?
Do you
then?
know if Zach owned a gun?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like something he'd have.
No, I mean, it didn't seem like him. Yeah. Let me reveal who owns the gun.
You might be relieved to hear the gun that killed Zachary Barnes was registered to his cousin.
The gun came from Zach's cousin.
Do you know his name? Do you know Daryl? What? Yeah, why are you surprised?
I thought you'd be relieved, but you sound surprised.
I am relieved, I guess. It's just... Well, I went into Jimmy's cabinet the night before Zach died, and,
Oh.
well, this whole thing is just so confusing.
No, tell me. Tell me.
Think back and see if you can remember what you saw.
Come on.
Upstairs, in Jimmy's work cabinet, next to the brushes on the middle shelf, I thought I saw something. A gun.
A gun? Well, where is this work cabinet? In the gallery?
No, upstairs in me and Jimmy's
What if Ruby and Simon
studio.
When did you see
Oh.
are fitting up
Before Zach's death.
Fitting up.
Jimmy for killing Zach
if you saw it?
and running off with the...
What? And
Stolen
Yvonne's
paintings.
gonna, like, they're like, yeah, Yvonne can get half the money.
It's hard to say. A lot depends on what you say on the stand.
Oh, we're up to
The only
trial.
reason... The only reason I think that is because she goes, the came from Zach's cousin, and it's like, really? That's the gun they got for this?
Yeah.
Like it's not some random gun. You know what I mean? She was like,
Yeah.
Did they really use his cousin's gun?
She does seem to have a bit of a, what's it called, a mastermind sort of thing, considering that, you know, like, she's always been to us, no, Jimmy would never hurt me, Jimmy loves me, blah 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 blah. And then, from what it sounds like, she told Simon opposites to maybe butter Simon up to her side.
It's said in her document as well, in her profile, that there may be domestic violence, but she could be covering for him. That's Yvonne's.
Oh, whoops. Ruby, there she is. She's denied that there could be any domestic violence, but she may be covering for him.
Also, look at this. Teacher says she's talented. Could have fooled me from what I know about art. The public don't like the new ones.
Yeah. And, what's that called? Like, again, like, they keep harping on about the fact that he and his wife had already broken up. So, I'm like, did Jimmy actually do any paintings of his own, or did he sell all of Helen's paintings?
Yeah, true.
And then they decided to, like, they broke up, and then he's looking for a new meal ticket and comes up with her, and then her new, like, her stuff under him doesn't sell as well. But one he likes, which is the one that they kept. Let's go to trial. We're up for it. Yes, we've got nothing else to do.
I'm still confused about this whole thing.
Well,
but yeah, maybe it'll come out in the courtroom.
Yeah. Yeah, Yvonne said Tobin hadn't been painting since the divorce.
Hello.
Hello, is this Mr. Granger?
Yes.
True.
I just visited Jimmy in jail.
It'll come out in the blood wash.
I found out that he's been telling me the truth all along about what a son of a bitch Zach was.
Ruby, just try to calm down. Exactly.
He used against us.
Ruby, all I ask of you in court is that you tell the truth.
Truth? What the hell is truth?
What?
All you lawyers know how to do is twist the truth and turn it into lies.
I'm an attorney, honey.
Just leave us alone.
Okay, that's great.
Hello.
This is Yvonne Barnes. With whom am I speaking, please?
Granger here. Hello,
We've
Ms. Barnes.
spoken
How are
already.
you?
Mr. Granger, regarding our interview.
Yes?
I've wanted to
We're a lawyer,
We're a lawyer. We're the district attorney.
I don't think I was entirely forthcoming.
Okay.
Really? Forthcoming about what?
Let's just leave it at that. You have to understand how difficult this has been for me on so many levels.
You are not helping
I just
anything.
want to lend you my support and let you know I am prepared to do my best in court.
Well,
Oh,
thank
fuck
you
you.
very much.
Goodbye, Mr. Granger.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Frank,
Bye.
how's Tobin fared these last few months in jail?
As you know, the defendant has not been allowed any contact with the press, but his attorney said he's doing well and is also anxious to clear his good name and get on with his life.
Uh-huh.
And can you characterize the mood of the prosecution?
Laura, with the trial beginning tomorrow, Granger and his staff are, of course, projecting confidence, but Granger would not comment on record about his chances of getting a first-degree murder conviction.
Frank, you'll be covering the whole trial for us, right?
You bet, Laura. Camped out at City Hall for as long as it takes.
Well, good luck. Channel 2 will be providing the most extensive coverage of the trial. We'll have live reports from the courtroom and expert analysis of each day's events, so stay tuned. Coming up now, can't figure out what to do with those little plastic clips that come on bread bags? Stephanie Chu will tell us about a recycling program in the East Bay when we come back.
Oh, I thought she was going to give us a craft project. Oh, I like that you can kind of see our reflection in the TV.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Granger. This is Frank Somerville. I'm covering the trial for Channel 2.
Uh-huh.
I know you don't want to make a public statement, but I was wondering if you'd care to comment. It'll be entirely off the record on what you think the chances are on the murder charge.
We weren't born yesterday, bitch.
No comment.
Frank, don't take this personally, but I've encountered, shall we say, minor inaccuracies by the press before, and I would rather
by
not
the press,
comment
okay.
until after this trial is over.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that okay?
I just wanted it off the record. See ya.
Well, what
Bullshit.
good is it gonna tell you?
Bullshit. It's never off the record.
This case was commenced by the people of the state of California against the defendant, James Henry Tobin. The state is charging him with grand
He looks
theft
hella
and murder
familiar.
in
Yeah.
the first degree.
Also hella chunky. That neck.
The defendant has pleaded not guilty to each charge. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defendant is presumed innocent until the contrary is proved. But the effect of this is only to place upon the state.
Look how bored most of the jury look.
Oh, yeah.
Reasonable doubt.
They're super bored. Oh, except for that guy on the top right.
You have
He's
heard
like, yeah.
all of the evidence,
Tell me more.
instructions of law, and the arguments. And you are ordered not
Who
to
brought a
discuss this
baby in
case
here?
with anyone under any conditions. You will now hear the statements of counsel. Do the people wish to make any opening statement?
Huh? So
See, we're working for we're the prosecution, so we're trying to prove that he did it. But I'm not convinced that he did.
Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of feel like he did, but he might have been set up.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Told it was the baby.
Yeah, if he hasn't been painting his own paintings, then it is domestic abuse on her. And if she's been then deciding this is how she's going to get her revenge, one by sleeping with Zach, and then, doing the rest. Because we don't know for certain that he wrote the letter. She may have written the letter.
That's what I was thinking.
Because don't forget,
it's very strange that she never read it. Like, even if you did snatch it up, like, it's very strange.
Yeah, she's never read it, but here's as well.
But
he never. What's it called? Zach never told Simon to get the note. She asked Simon to get the note. She said, he's left me a little something.
Yeah, that's another weird thing. Like, how did she know before she got the letter that there was a letter for her, and then she got Simon to... It's so strange.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
And I think Simon's being played for a fool, and it sounds like... But oh, hello. Hello, phone. But I don't know if I would say Tobin's perfectly innocent, because it sounds like he might have been... Again, we've got no proof that he hasn't been painting his own paintings, but there's just... It's a vibe I'm getting.
Alright.
Do we mention any of this shit?
Well, that's the thing. Are we going to emphasize any? Because, again, we are the prosecution, so our job is to get the jury to think that he did it.
I think I'm going to say art theft cover-up is more of a motive than the sexual jealousy.
Sexual jealousy is the title of my autobiography.
Yeah, I'm going to emphasize this fucking art theft.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
So we got
okay.
A mention?
Yeah. But we don't have any proof that he slept with her. Like, what's it called?
We have proof that, well, when I say proof, we have testimony from multiple people that he knew about the affair. So maybe we should emphasize the sexual jealousy and mention the art cover-up, because we've got more solid information on the sexual jealousy.
Yeah, we've got more about the sexual jealousy, but whether or not the event actually took place, I got nothing. Because, Yvonne didn't seem to think it was an issue, and the wife sometimes generally kind of knows something's off. All the evidence that we have that they slept together is that, that there's a note, which I'm not convinced he wrote. Because, again, the fact that he suddenly dips into, you're really talented, it just feels... I like this. We should have been considering this before. Just imagine it's you and I. We're the prosecuting attorneys here, and he's like, "What's your opening statements?" And then you and I are just having this back and forth in the middle of court, just going like, "I don't know." I've got no proof about this. You should have come here with it.
We're the worst lawyers right now. We're the worst lawyers right now, like, to prosecute. Because I don't know if he. Are we
grabbing at straws? But I just feel that because Simon said that they were screaming about the affair. But the thing is that, like, what's it called? Yvonne said, Zach wasn't really someone who screamed.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. No. It's like, we're dropping the case due to lack of evidence. Yeah, this is the game's fault for... But I feel like, no, there's definitely evidence. It's just, I feel like I need more evidence to say, this is what's actually happened. I will not be surprised if the affair never took place and that she's just been manipulating everything.
I feel the same way about the art theft cover-up.
Yeah.
Because... it could have been Zach or Jimmy trying to do this insurance scam.
Yeah. I like how Kia's like, I think we fucked at the trial prep. We didn't fuck it up as much as LA Law, where I just, spent, I think 6 hours walking around to everyone in the office going, what do you think I should do?
I think we should emphasize the jealousy
and mention
the cover-up.
We can technically... Hello.
Oh, we can do both.
We can emphasize both. Because I think the art theft is a very big part of this. Okay.
They're stunned by our opening statement. Absolutely stunned.
Oh. Control F4.
Ladies and gentlemen, on March 16th of this year, James Tobin shot his business partner to death. No one, not even the defendant, disputes this fact. They will claim self-defense, but the people will show you how Mr. Tobin lured his partner to the gallery that morning. His pretense? To salvage their business. But such was not James Tobin's intention, because as he walked into the gallery that day, he had a gun in his pocket, an alibi on his mind.
No, he didn't.
And murder.
And an erection.
If not self-defense, what motive? Pride, greed, fear. Pride in his disbelief that his career...
Absolute mess, yeah.
Yeah.
Greed in his theft of his own paintings for the insurance.
I think we're thinking too much like detectives and less like prosecuting lawyers.
Well, this is the thing as well. Like, this is a walkthrough that doesn't actually just says like I started speaking to Simon. It doesn't even say how they decided to do their opening statement. For fuck's sakes.
We should have been doing the...
Hey, kid, what are you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, is indeed...
We should have been doing the interrogations, not trying to find out what happened, but trying to make our take on the information true. You know what I mean? That's the difference.
Sexual jealousy. He flew into a rage. He beat her, and then with the cold, calculating mind of a desperate man, began plotting to kill her lover. The late Zachary Barnes.
Except.
In all my years as a prosecutor, I have never before been in a situation.
I'm sure you've been in a situation. Lunch, breakfast, dinner, all right? We got all the... Are we going to get the weird SpaghettiOs here?
We have here tonight our legal specialist who, for the duration of the trial, will be sharing with
us Carmen Sandiego.
Professional insights. Dr.
There she is.
Fleece, professor of law at CSU. Dr. Fleece.
The anxiously awaited trial began today with a dramatic opening statement by the prosecution and then followed by what I thought was an effective rebuttal from the defense attorney.
Found her. That's a mystery we've solved.
Is she on a pinball machine? Is that what we're looking at?
Cynthia Charleston is seen by many
we
as
are Villainy, but
an extremely aggressive adversary. She's
we're with our own people here.
Oh, because what's it called? That's the poster for Adventures in Babysitting.
We caught up with her and asked her how she felt about her chances.
And then Carmen Sandiego's been painted over it.
My client innocent. This case should never have come to trial, but now with all the publicity, they don't dare turn back.
Oh, no.
Now, the main phase of the trial begins with the
I mean, yeah, we
prosecution
probably
calling
should
its
have
first
done a
witness.
bit more investigation.
and
But,
we
you know,
look
we didn't
forward
get
to
it until
your
3
coming
months.
analysis. Stay tuned to
I blame the
Channel 2
police.
News, your trial headquarters.
All right, witnesses.
Good morning. Will the prosecution please call its first witness?
Yeah, we're gonna fucking call Simon. Imagine if at a court case.
That's how you said it, yeah.
We're fucking calling Simon fucking Lee.
Do you swear to
Oh,
tell the
look
truth,
at him
the
in
whole
his
truth,
best
and
little
nothing but
suit.
the truth, so help you God?
I blame the police too, you know, in general. Yeah, 100%.
Please be seated.
Let's talk about the gun. You're aware of the gun. I mean, are you aware of the gun?
Did anyone
We have to talk
at
about
any
this in
time
lawyer
keep a
speak.
gun on the premises of the Barnes Gallery?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Zachary Barnes had one.
Oh, look, he took out his
in
ear
a drawer in
cuff.
his office, locked up. Had a big fat barrel.
What color was it?
Silver.
Do you remember any other identifying detail?
How long have you been a gun?
Smith & Wesson stamped on the barrel.
Wait.
I remember I was at work that night and I saw him from across the room.
How did you see that from across the room?
Case and slid a pistol into his drawer and locked it.
I'm sorry, you said that it has Smith & Wesson on it.
No.
Did you ever see that gun again?
No, never.
I have doubts. Tell me about the consistency of your story. Show us on the doll where the gun touched you.
You saw Zachary in his office holding the gun. Was he about as far away from you as I am now?
Yeah. So how did you see the Smith & Wesson?
I don't know, maybe a little further.
And you never saw the gun again?
No.
What kind of chewing gum is this?
I don't know. I don't remember which one has the blue pack.
It's Beeman's, Mr. Lee. Good old-fashioned brand. Now, you couldn't read the bold, oversized type on this package. How could you possibly read Smith & Wesson?
Oh, he's blind.
From across the room.
Yeah. See, dickbag.
I don't know.
We're fucking our own case, but I'm all here for it.
Yeah. You told Tobin. You pretty much basically said so last time we spoke. We probably can't talk about that part in the court case.
Did you go back and take a second look at the gun in the deceased's office?
You did, didn't you?
Show us on the gun where you touched the
I
gun.
went back. I looked at it again and saw the words on the barrel.
Yes!
I can't remember.
You can't remember? That's ridiculous.
Listen, I didn't know what Tobin was gonna do with the damn gun. I had no idea.
Now slow down, please, and just tell us the story from the beginning.
There we go. We got something.
Like I said, I saw Zach bring a gun into the gallery. I was worried what he might be planning because there was so much garbage going on between him and Tobin.
Oh, was
So
there?
I told Tobin about the gun. I thought I should warn him. So we got the extra key and unlocked the drawer, and I showed it to him.
He said you didn't warn him when we questioned him last time.
Couldn't tell, really, if he was excited or mad, but...
Oh, excited.
he mumbled something, I think, like, good work, Simon, I'm glad to have this.
Oh! I'm loving it. Eat chocolate, everybody. Like, that's something I need to tell everyone. Go and eat chocolate. We're not going
I wish I had some chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
I got gin, though, so that's just as good.
Oh, let's get on about that letter that I reckon that, Yeah. Tell me, how did you find out about it? Did what's it called? I suppose we're going to ask about the affair, but, what's it called? I want you specifically to tell me how you found out about the letter to begin with.
Did you ever hear the defendant mention the affair between Zachary Barnes and Ruby Garcia?
Yeah, I heard him and Ruby.
When was this?
A couple days before the murder.
Mm-hmm.
They were in their apartment, upstairs from the gallery where I was. But I wouldn't call it a conversation. James was yelling his head off at Ruby.
What did he say?
He said he had just discovered a love letter from Zach, and he was mad as hell, yelling threats and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And how did you get that?
I'd like to establish the order of events, Mr. Lee. First, did you actually see this letter?
Come on.
Yeah, Zach gave it to me to give to Ruby at the loft.
Was the
where
defendant
Zach
home?
did you give it to you?
Well, he was coming up to the loft, and I passed him on the stairs on my way down after I delivered the letter.
What happened next?
Well, Tobin busted through the bathroom door, He caught Ruby reading the letter and he grabbed it from her and started pushing her around, and she was screaming.
Objection. Hearsay. How could he know this? The witnesses testified he was not in the room.
I could hear her. Besides, Ruby told me.
Your Honor.
The witness will confine himself to answering questions.
She asked a question.
Questions from the examining attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And he will not be a wise guy in my court.
Ooh.
Okay.
Did you read the letter?
Did you happen to open the letter and read it?
I glanced at it.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was looking out for my boss. Well, we were friends, and I was a
What
little
did it
paranoid
say?
what Zach might be up to.
You told him though, didn't you?
Did you tell the defendant about the contents of the letter?
Yeah, I told him, but I wish I didn't.
When did you tell him?
Right after I gave Ruby the letter when I ran into him on the staircase.
And what happened next?
He went into the loft and he and Ruby started fighting.
Did you see the defendant again that day?
Yeah. About a half hour later downstairs when he put a hole in the wall with his fist and cleared everything off his desk, including a new vase of flowers. It broke.
He say anything?
Yeah, he said Zachary was a real bastard to be getting it on with Ruby and he was gonna make him very sorry.
You asked what he meant by that?
You crazy?
No, I'm not crazy.
Mr. Lee, did you stop by the Barnes Gallery on February 25th, the night the defendant's paintings were stolen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I saw Tobin.
You saw James Tobin in the gallery? What time was this?
About 3 a.m. I walk in and there's Tobin standing in the middle of the gallery. He's got a razor knife in his hand and some of his paintings been cut out of the frames. At first I thought he was making some kind of new art.
What was your second thought?
That he was ripping the place off. But I couldn't figure out what he was doing stealing his own paintings.
Did he say anything to you?
Yeah, told me to keep it quiet. Said he could do whatever he wanted with his own paintings.
Did you later discuss the theft with him?
No.
I think you were bribed.
Mr. Lee, aren't you leaving something out of this story?
Yeah.
Objection. Argumentative.
Forgive me, Miss Charleston. Mr. Lee, did the defendant offer you anything in exchange for your cooperation?
$1,500.
Not really.
Not really? Mr. Lee, on March 10th, you purchased a motorcycle from the San Bruno Cycle Works. Did you pay cash?
Yes.
Was it typical of you to have this amount of cash on hand?
No.
How did you get it?
It was a bonus from work.
Uh-huh.
It showed up in my
A
pay
bonus,
envelope.
huh?
I never asked for it.
Really?
Tobin gave it to me. Said Merry Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Honey, that's a bribe.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's see what she's got.
Did you ever see Mr. Tobin in possession of the gun that Zachary Barnes kept in his office?
No.
Did Mr. Barnes ever mention the gun was missing from its drawer?
No.
So Zachary Barnes was the last person in possession of the weapon?
I don't know. Like I said, the last time I saw the gun was on Tuesday when I showed it to James. It was weird. I remember he touched me on the shoulder, and when I think about it, it gives me a chill.
A chill?
Yeah. I realized I gave Tobin what he needed. A way to kill Zach.
Mr. Lee, on the night that you delivered the deceased's letter to Ms. Garcia, did you actually see her and James Tobin quarreling?
No, but I heard him.
What did they say?
Story below. Could you actually make out the substance of their conversation?
Well, James was yelling pretty loud.
But could you decipher his exact words?
I could decipher that he was out of control.
Someday he'll come right out on you.
I'm done with the witness.
Oh.
Well, that's all for today. Court is adjourned.
She done. All right. Day 2, who are we going to hit up next?
I reckon Ruby.
Ruby or Yvonne? I want to know more about that gun.
Actually, true, yeah.
As we reduce...
Wow, we're going everywhere.
As we reduce violence, there was great concern we would fill that void with sex, which, of course, has not and will not happen.
Ooh.
That looks good.
People fall in love with them from the first moment they see them. Some have even said that it changed their lives.
I don't remember much, but all of a sudden, I gave birth to a fork.
What?
Listening rapt attention as prosecutor Granger
she gave birth to a fork.
Critics today with an exemplary performance. Observers in the gallery finally saw what they came for. The old Granger, the cunning legal master at work.
Ooh, there's a poster for Roxanne up in the top left corner.
To admit accepting hush money from the defendant. As damning testimony as I have ever seen.
And also, I'm pretty sure that's Scarlett O'Hare's shoulder from Gone with the Wind in the bottom left.
Prosecution performed brilliantly. Clearly, Granger knew what he wanted out of this.
What's neat?
And with a skill of a surgeon,
I was thinking that the hair coming up behind it might be Pamela Anderson as well.
Like a gallbladder, huh? Well, it's always exciting to watch a pro. Thank you, Richard.
Oh, thank you,
Coming
Richard.
Up, the Marin Citizens Tax Board is protesting the IRS ruling that ski equipment donated to the homeless is not tax deductible.
They have really written this game really well when it comes to all these linking scenes. All right. Prosecution rests! No notes! No. Let Yvonne. I want to know about that fucking gun.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Please be seated.
Oh, they're all bored. Great. Tell me about the gun!
Miss Barnes, did you have knowledge of any firearms kept on the premises of the Barnes Gallery?
Yes, the one that killed my husband.
Was this your gun?
No, I borrowed it from my husband's cousin, Daryl.
Daryl stands up going, what?
And I felt I needed it.
Objection.
Did you discuss this with your husband?
Yes, he became quite upset and insisted that we take it down to the gallery for safekeeping.
Did he tell you where he put it?
In his office desk in a drawer.
Can you... Yeah, clarify the importance of the gun. Why do you need the gun?
Do you understand what's at stake in this trial?
Counselor, do not patronize me. Yes, I do.
Do you understand that the defendant in this case admits he killed Mr. Barnes?
Yes,
but
I do.
What's at stake here likely revolves around who brought the weapon to the murder site?
If you must know, I was having an affair with him. Okay, so... Tell me more about the gun story.
Could you explain again why you felt it necessary to borrow a gun?
I was terrified by the amount of crime in this city. I got frightened and acted irrationally.
So you let your husband take the gun away?
But hindsight is 20/20.
Why not just return it? Did you see it again?
After the gun was taken to the gallery, did you ever see it again?
Only once.
When was that?
On the day my husband was murdered. It was lying by his side.
Okay. Cool. Fine. Alright, so, theft.
Did you witness an argument between your husband and the defendant Tuesday before the murder?
Which is apparently when the note was going on
I
about.
walked into the gallery and Tobin was yelling at my husband. There was a wooden chair broken between them.
Oh.
What did James Tobin say to your husband?
He was yelling, if you go public with this insurance fraud, it'll be the end of the gallery. Zach responded, the gallery will survive. And Tobin moved forward and pointed his finger in his face and yelled, the gallery may survive, but you won't.
And then?
I stepped between them. I wanted to get Zach out of there.
See, that part of it's interesting that, because this is the same day as the note and them arguing. So why does she have a very different story about why they were fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, ask me. Can you tell me about this alarm that I didn't get to hear about when we were having our one-on-one?
Was the gallery alarm system functioning at the time of the theft?
No, it had been turned off.
Yeah, why?
James Tobin's.
Why?
Did the defendant give you a reason?
Yes. He said it had been going off sporadically without warning. He said we should turn it off until we could get it fixed.
Was it ever checked out?
Oh, yes. Immediately after the theft, I called. The repair woman said
She had worked on it and couldn't get it to malfunction once. I still have her paperwork.
Good. Can we have it? Zach's role in the theft. Yeah, you're like, tell me what your husband might have had to do with it.
Ms. Barnes, wasn't
Just so
your
we
husband
can
the
get through it.
co-beneficiary in the policy that covered the paintings?
Of course he was.
How much would he have received?
I'm not sure, but I am appalled that you're once again accusing my husband. I don't know anything
am
more
not
about
saying
the
anything.
art theft.
I'm just asking. Okay, so whoever wrote this fucking guide, because I'm supposed to be able to ask 2 more questions, and that's not happening. But Zach's... So I think that whoever wrote this guy has confused Zach and Tobin in parts. Great. Tell me about the day of the murder.
On the morning of March 13th at approximately 9 a.m., you and Ms. Garcia left the gallery to go to a meeting. Is that correct?
Oh, that's right. They were going to the mission.
Yes.
And
So
the
they
two of
were
you
together.
returned early because the meeting was canceled.
Postponed, correct.
By who?
And Ms. Garcia dropped you off and went to park the car?
Yes, I was about a block away in the alley behind the gallery.
Please describe for the jury what you saw at that point.
Yeah, this is weird,
I saw
this
James
bit.
Tobin outside the back door of the gallery jimmying it with a crowbar. He saw me coming, so he went back
Objection,
in.
speculation.
Sustained.
Could you see what he was wearing?
Yes, he was wearing a black T-shirt with the gallery logo on back.
Mention the yellow bundle. Mention the yellow bundle.
What happened next?
I heard a shot from inside as I came to the door, so I unlocked it and went inside.
What did you see?
You skipped over a little bit there.
Yeah.
My husband's body lying crumpled on the ground.
I should have asked about the fucking shit.
Lying nearby,
I need to stop
holding
using
his
this
leg
fucking
in
guide.
And
Yeah.
what was the physical...
Whatever happens, happens.
The tabletop had been broken. There were shards of glass everywhere.
Chapter cheats.
Some of them lying in the
Sorry, I
pool of
just
my
noticed someone
husband's
talking
blood.
about chapter cheats now.
And I remember a cash box lying upside down on the floor.
Yeah, no what? Like, what's it called?
What did you do?
Did James ever explain the cash?
I tried to help my
box?
husband.
Well, Josh, James never saw the cash box on the ground.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, yeah. Ask her about Tobin's story, or ask her about the cash box.
Oh.
Jamsh. Permission to rename him to Jamsh Tobin.
Granted.
Yep. Jamsh. The thing is that I was using the guide during pre-trial, but at the same thing that it was pretty much following, possibly related to Schmave. It was pretty much following our... It was pretty much following our own instincts as well. Tobin or Cash? I'm going to ask about Tobin's story.
Did the defendant explain what happened?
Yes. Tell me what he said.
Yes. As soon as I opened the door and saw Zach, Tobin
What's wrong
started
with your
explaining
hand? I
about
think
the
something's
fight
been cut
he
off.
and Zach had about how the table got broken.
Like,
and
horribly
how he
being
got
cut
shot.
off. What the fuck?
Did he explain why the cash box was on the floor?
No, he couldn't explain that. It didn't fit in with his new fight story.
No, it
was
didn't.
left over from his attempt to fake the break-in.
We saw Dab with a beard earlier. He's the Mirror Universe one.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Miss Barnes, do you recognize this quote from the Chronicle on July 9th, 1991? As a member of the Mayor's Task Force on Handguns, I am committed to the elimination of these weapons in San Francisco. People have to understand that a household with a handgun is more dangerous than one without.
Yes, I said that.
You told Inspector Looper that you had never seen the gun before. And now, under oath, you're saying that you yourself borrowed the gun from your cousin. Which story is true?
The story I told today.
Is that so?
Objection.
Question withdrawn.
Glasses looks
Do you
very
recognize
confused
this
about what's
shirt?
going on here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Tobin's. He wore it the morning.
Oh,
of the
so
crime.
you're going to ask about the shirt. All right.
What you will.
Ladies, please.
You'll notice it's yellow, or more accurately, ochre.
Yeah, you say
Okay,
he
you're
had
calling
on
it
a
ochre.
black
That's pretty
t-shirt.
much orange.
He put on the black shirt after he killed Zach. He certainly couldn't wear the bloody one outside, so he took it off and used it to hide the gun on his way
Okay,
to dump
Google.
both of them.
Don't worry about it.
When I saw him outside the door, he went back into the gallery and changed into that shirt again.
Preposterous. When was there time for him to change shirts? You followed him right into the gallery.
As a matter of fact, there was plenty of time. I had to walk about a block, then I had to open the door, which I found out Tobin had double locked. By the time I looked in the bottom of my bag
Ms.
to find
Barnes,
the
thank you.
second
You've
key.
answered the question. Now I have another.
Okay.
When you went into the gallery, you saw evidence of a fight, correct?
No, there was no fight. Tobin killed Zach and afterward made it look as though there'd
Please,
been a
Miss
fight.
Barnes, just answer the questions. This story of yours about Tobin playing dress-up and faking both a struggle and a break-in is entertaining, but you don't have any evidence to support it, do you?
No, just what I saw.
Granger, you gotta put me up there.
Oh.
Remember last time Charleston cross-examined you? You broke into tears.
Oh, bull doo-doo.
What?
BS, you made that up.
Yes, let's get Looper on the stage.
No more questions, Your Honor. I'm done with the witness.
Well, that's all for today.
Why are we outside?
Court is adjourned until tomorrow. And, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me once again admonish you not to discuss this case with anyone.
Zip.
Not even your family. You know if something leaks out to the...
I'm sorry, we currently can't talk about the case. But we are watching men exercise from across the street. Oh, and now we're going to watch the TV in the locker room?
In the locker room, yep.
Oh, hey, our name's on this.
Low mileage trades, special factory purchase units, and bank repos. Plus a large...
Ooh, used RVs.
I guess I would feel safer at a full service.
I feel like I'm watching WandaVision.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Through extremely skilled examination by
This
the
game's stealing my
prosecution, Ms.
shtick.
Barnes was coached into telling
I think
a
he did it
riveting
first.
story of how the defendant tried to cover up the alleged murder by faking a break-in.
This might help with a first-degree conviction, correct?
It certainly could, because it implies premeditation.
Yes!
Thank you, Frank. We are joined now by Channel 2's own legal analyst, Dr. Richard Fleece.
Hello, Richard.
This, Laura, was in many ways a disappointing day in court for prosecutor Sterling Granger.
Hey!
It appeared the prosecution was hoping witness Yvonne Barnes would tie the murder weapon to the defendant.
What kind of witness was she?
Yvonne Barnes is a very interesting person. She has her feet in two different worlds. She's very much on the scene in the thriving South of Market art world, where partygoers, politicos, and performance artists in that part of the world rub elbows.
Sometimes other parts of the art
Richard,
world.
are you talking to the
Rubbing
camera or to
right
her? It's like you don't want to actually speak to anyone. Oh, People versus J. Tobin. Okay, witness.
Good morning. Will the prosecution please call another witness?
Sure, sure. I'm going to put Looper on the stage. Yeah. She's dramatic. I love her.
Truth, so help you God? I do.
I do. Oh, look, everyone's happy. Yeah, I should have asked about the fucking check. But still, like, even just, like, her explaining that, oh, you know, things have happened. Yeah, tell me about the fucking broken table. I need to know about the broken table.
Did you find a broken glass tabletop near the body?
Yes.
Did the defendant say how it got broken?
Yes. He told me that he crashed into the table with his leg before Zach was shot as they were struggling for the gun.
Was the position of the shards of glass consistent with that story?
No. Thank you.
There were fragments of the table all over the ground and a few on the victim, but there was no glass under the victim's body. Therefore, the table was broken after Zach hit the ground.
I love it. I love it.
Look around to the jury.
So, okay, so then, did Tobin break the table then? Because Zach couldn't have, because Zach was dead and on the ground, and already in a weird position.
Is the position of the glass consistent with the defendant intentionally breaking the table after Mr. Barnes was lying dead on the floor?
I can't say it was intentional, but there's no question the glass was broken after the body hit the floor.
Was there any evidence that indicated the table was broken as part of a struggle?
No. There was no evidence of a struggle.
Because I've been going on about that fucking table since the beginning.
Your Honor, would the bailiff please show the witness People's Evidence 17 and 18? Inspector Looper, can you tell the jury where you found item number 17?
Tell me.
This crowbar we found in the back room
Why?
of the gallery.
Why are you holding
on top
it?
of a red toolbox.
And number 18?
Yeah, why is it not
This
bagged?
door jam we
Yeah.
took off the back entrance to the gallery.
Was it tape?
The marks on the jam when you first observed them.
Very new. There was still paint flakes from the jam on the ground.
Your Honor, she just smacked that and created more.
My pleasure. It's a match.
And did you find the defendant's fingerprints on the crowbar?
All over it.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna disclose the prints on the crowbar. Except, of course,
Did you
now they
find
have
other
your
fingerprints
fingerprints.
on the crowbar?
Yes, there were a few from Simon and a few from Zach, but that only makes sense because
Simon?
they worked there. But the overlays, the prints on top, were from the defendant.
Why are Simon's prints on that crowbar?
No more questions, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any incentive to see my client go to jail?
Objection. What relevance?
No, that's okay. Yes.
Because it belonged
I'd
in a
like to
gallery.
see justice done.
Oh, you're right.
When was the last
Opening
time you had a
crates.
promotion?
She stands very close to the people she
Yeah.
I was
questions.
promoted to inspector.
The department has an incentive system for detectives based on the number of convictions, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
No more questions, Your Honor.
That's a weird question to ask.
Good morning.
Oh,
Will the prosecution please call another witness?
okay.
Ruby time.
Ruby
It's time for
time!
Ruby.
Come here, Ruby Two Shoes. Wait, why did that look like she was coming from the jury?
The jury? Yeah.
I'm also on the jury.
I do.
Please be seated.
Why are you smiling? Yeah,
Let's talk about the gun, eh? Or
Yeah.
Zach?
Let's talk about the gun, yeah.
Did you ever know the defendant to keep a gun in his possession?
Tell us about you saw the gun.
Ms. Garcia, you told me in an earlier interview
Yeah.
that you'd seen a gun in Tobin's work cabinet
did.
in your loft apartment.
Yes, but when I went back and took a look, I saw I was mistaken.
What?
It was a pair of pliers.
You mistook a pair of pliers for a gun?
I guess so.
It's a very big mistake to make.
Did you know anything about the gun?
So you never saw a gun in the residence?
No.
Or knew about one?
No.
Or heard the defendant?
I told you no.
Ooh. Gun pliers. I'm gonna ask you about the art
Gun
theft.
pliers. Is that a Final Fantasy weapon?
Does Tobin have an alibi?
Where were you on the night the defendant's paintings were stolen from the Barnes Gallery?
They weren't his paintings, they
I
were
came home
mine.
from school about 6. Jimmy seemed a little nervous.
Did the defendant leave the loft after dinner?
No. He went into the studio, and we ended up in bed at about 11.
Do you recall the defendant leaving the bedroom at any point during the night?
Yes.
At what time?
About 3 o'clock in the morning.
He went and
I woke
shot
up.
himself.
Jimmy was coming in the bedroom door, and he had street clothes on. He had one of those wool, like, navy caps on.
Yeah, what did he tell you about what he was doing?
Did the defendant explain to you what he was doing, wandering around, fully dressed in the middle of the night?
He said he heard a noise downstairs and went to investigate.
And he got fully
Did he
dressed?
tell you what he found?
He said he didn't find anything.
No?
But he got fully dressed.
When did you come to learn the paintings were stolen?
The next morning, Jimmy left the loft early, on an errand or something. Zach came by all upset. Said someone had broken into the gallery and Jimmy's paintings were gone. Now that I think about it, that's really when the trouble between Zach and Jimmy started.
Okay, but
More of Zach's story, maybe?
yeah.
What else did Zachary say?
Well, first I told him what had happened the night before. How Jimmy had heard a noise and went downstairs to investigate. Well, I thought that the thief had hung out and hid until Jimmy left.
Did Zach respond?
Zach was suspicious. He goes to me, "What a stunt. Jimmy will never get away with this.
Interesting. Pursue Tobin, I think.
Well, yeah, that's our job.
Did you tell the defendant about Mr. Barnes' suspicions?
Yeah, I told him.
And what was his reaction?
Jimmy lost it. He said Zach better keep his big ideas to himself
Or he'll kill him.
I don't know.
Go on.
Didn't finish.
Go on. Now, let's talk about sexual jealousy.
Enjoy the lurk.
Did you... Oh, thank you, Diddy. Did you sleep with Zach?
Ms. Garcia, did you have an affair with the late
You
Zachary
didn't sleep
Barnes?
with him, did you? You just made it seem like that.
But it was just a one-night stand.
But he told you he loved you.
Objection. It's irrelevant how many nightstands were in the room. I'll see myself out.
Oh, that was amazing. Such perfect timing.
Would the bailiff please give the witness evidence labeled People's 23, which was obtained from the computer of the late Zachary Barnes?
Oh, now she gets to read the letter, finally. You wrote it yourself, though, didn't you, Dilly?
Ms. Garcia, please read the beginning of the letter.
Out loud.
Yeah.
Out loud.
No, he's fan fiction.
Dear Ruby, I want to talk to you about what happened between us the other night. The feelings are so strong, I can't think of anything else.
Have you read this before?
Ms. Garcia, did you ever get to read this letter before?
No.
Oh,
please tell the jury
sad music's
why.
starting.
Cause?
Cause?
Jimmy took it before I could read it.
Keep reading!
Please continue reading the letter.
Ruby, I don't know what to believe anymore, but I've decided the least I could do is tell the truth. What I've told you then was true.
It's just gas.
All right. I love you. I said it.
Please continue.
Oh, and someone's coughing in the background. Great.
Not right. I love my wife, Yvonne. I shouldn't have allowed things to go as far as they did.
But they did, if that's what you're saying happened.
I don't know how I'll face her. And it's not fair to Jimmy either. He's made some mistakes, but deep down he's a good guy. And finally, Ruby.
Is he though?
What should be important to you is your own work. Because it's good.
Is it?
And it can get lost in all this mess. Capiche?
Capiche?
Zach?
I forgot about the capiche.
Oh god, he said capiche.
He said
Oh
capiche.
god.
I lied.
Anyway, we should kill someone.
I lied. I've been lying.
Come on. What you lie about? What? Did you lie about the gun?
Did you lie about the gun?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw it in Jimmy's work cabinet the night before.
Forget about it.
What did it look like, Ruby?
It was silver with a black handle. I knew he put it there.
Yes.
Objection, speculative.
You know he's guilty. How can you sit there and defend a man you know is
Your
a
Honor.
He's a murderer.
That is the
How
end
can
of
you
your
even live
outburst,
with
Miss
yourself?
Garcia.
Even...
I mean, I still think you're a murderer, but you know, I think he stole your paintings, but I don't know if we'll ever get that. Hey, what do you think about this gun?
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that the witness...
It's my one job.
What do you think about this, baby?
Is this the weapon you saw? In
Just giving her a gun unbagged?
Jesus.
That's
Is there a clip in it as well? Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the tape on the back of the gun.
I don't see no tape on the back of that
We
gun.
talked about it. I was just too afraid.
Still loaded. Shoots herself in the face by accident. I mean, it says shoots Jimmy.
No more
but
questions, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Defense, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Ms. Garcia.
I don't want to make eye contact with you.
You were indeed having an affair with the deceased. At the same time, you were living with James Tobin, correct?
She's still holding the gun. Bang!
And did you and your lover discuss the theft before it took place?
No.
My lover?
It was one night.
Zach or Jimmy?
You tell me, which one was it?
I don't understand the question.
I'll withdraw.
Good, because it's stupid.
That you and Zachary Barnes
this defense lawyer is worse than we are. That's really saying something.
Sustain.
How did she make Looper cry?
Oh, God.
Well, that's all for today. The witness may step down.
All right. Let's see what the jury says, eh?
Yeah. She passed the bar.
Key witness and girlfriend of the defendant, Ruby Garcia, testified today.
Oh, yeah, what do you think, Richard?
The prosecutor really got it right this time. The crafty court fox was back in form as he had the witness read a love letter from a man her boyfriend is accused of murdering. The jury was jolted, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
No, I laughed. I mean, what?
Allegiances to the defendant by admitting that she saw the murder weapon on his person the night before the murder.
Sounds like a soap opera.
No, this is real.
Okay, so we've gone to a place where they sell
This
laser
is
disc
real.
players.
Please call another witness.
Well, there's only one that we could.
Your Honor, the people rest.
What? No, what about Tobin?
Will the defense please call its first witness?
Oh, I guess they're going to call him in defense. Like, why wouldn't?
Would like to call James
I guess.
Tobin to the stand.
I guess I still get to cross-examine.
Yeah, we're going to cross
Can
him.
you tell the jury when you first learned that your girlfriend Ruby Garcia was having an affair with the deceased?
Oh, so you're going about the sexual jealousy.
Zach died.
And how did you find out?
Ruby said that she and Zach had fallen in love, and that they planned on
What?
running away together after
No.
the insurance money came in.
No, no, no.
I thought that
You are lying out your fucking ass.
Were you jealous?
I was fond of Ruby. But to be honest, I was more concerned about Zach. Lately, he had been self-destructive. I thought that maybe it was just a midlife thing that he would.
I think
pull
you're
out of
projecting,
before
mate.
he destroyed his marriage.
After you destroyed your own?
On the morning of Mr. Barnes' death, the two of you were to meet, correct?
Yes.
And what did you intend to discuss?
The theft of
We'll
my...
have a chance.
I had my suspicions, and I wanted to give Zach a chance to clear things up.
Had Zachary Barnes ever threatened you with bodily harm?
Several times. Earlier in that same week, in fact, he had threatened to kill me.
James, were you aware that Zachary had been keeping a gun in his office drawer at the Barnes Gallery?
Yes. Simon told me. He also told me that Zachary had planned to use it against me, so I went down to his desk and I removed the gun. I put it in my work closet upstairs where I store my paints.
Did you bring that gun to the meeting between yourself and the deceased that morning?
I did.
You did.
I was afraid.
Oh, mate, you've
And I had a
lost
right
your
to be
leg
afraid.
to stand on.
Because right there, as soon as I mentioned the theft, Zach yanked open
And
the office door,
you shot it.
looking for the gun. When he didn't find it, then he blew up, coming at me, screaming and threatening me. I drew the gun in self-defense, telling him to back off. But he just kept coming at me. He grabbed me and...
Yeah, but you've got the
went
gun,
off.
mate. No, but you've got the gun.
That's just the way it happened. I wish it wasn't true, but it is.
You brought the gun there.
Thank you, James. Your witness.
He would never have
Prosecution, do you
gone
wish
to the lockbox with it.
cross-examine?
Yes. No questions.
Absolutely, we're going to cross.
So many fucking questions.
I reckon let's start with the gun.
Okay. Examine the fight details. Because
yeah,
we have
yeah,
so many
yeah.
fucking questions.
Mr. Tobin,
So
you
many
admit
fucking
bringing the gun
questions.
to the gallery?
Yes.
This is a new story for you, is it not?
Yes, I guess so.
For a second, news
Where
story.
did you get this gun?
I already told you I got it from the drawer in Zach's desk.
Simon Lee
Okay.
mentioned this top drawer was locked. How'd you get in?
Well, I knew that the key was kept behind the mirror in the bathroom. It's the kind of drawer that locks automatically when you close it.
So if you want to open it, you've got to go get the key and unlock it?
Yes.
In your most recent version of what happened, you said Zach went to the gun drawer and yanked it open, scaring you.
Yeah, so how did he...
What did he do? Run into the bathroom, get the key, run back,
Yeah.
and insert it
Well,
into the lock?
Maybe he
No.
reached down into the bottom drawer, or
No.
maybe he had the key all along. All I know is that I was scared and that I thought that he was reaching for the gun.
I thought you had the gun.
Well, no.
Sorry, mate.
No, yes. No. Why are you trying to trap me?
Yeah, mate.
Can't you see that he's trying to trap me?
You're in a court case. And you've pulled so many fucking porkies out your ass.
We just completely destroyed that.
Yeah.
we just rolled him for that one. All right, what do we reckon?
I think we go with Simon's art theft testimony, because I think the love letter has nothing to do with the art theft.
Yeah, let's go.
Mr. Tobin, Simon Lee has testified that he saw you the night of the theft using a razor to cut the paintings off their frames.
It's like a wet tissue.
Yeah.
Mr. Lee said that you asked him to be quiet about what he saw and that you even went
None
so
of
far.
that is true.
Your Honor, could you please ask the witness not to respond until I finish the question?
Yeah. Shut up, mate.
If you were not on the gallery,
I like how the judge is just looking at him like, you're a naughty boy. Very naughty boy.
Testimony?
Yes.
What about Ruby's testimony?
Active imagination, perhaps?
I guess so.
He already
Mr.
shadowed
Tobin,
himself.
is your version of this event as accurate as the story you gave the police the night you were apprehended?
Objection, Your Honor. That's a when did you stop beating your wife question.
Well, when did you stop beating your wife? When she left me.
Sustained.
Did you fall asleep, mate?
I think, man, you know what? We're done here, I think. Let's just...
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not using the love letter.
Nah, we're done here.
Yeah, we're done. We're done,
Yeah,
mate.
Kay is right. It would have been better to stop after we
I'm done with
made him fall apart.
Yeah.
The witness may step down. Thank you. Does the defense wish to call another witness?
The defense rests, Your Honor.
You called one witness.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
She's fucking terrible.
You have heard all the evidence. And it's time now for me to give you the instructions on the law.
Okay.
After which you will hear the closing arguments. And remember, the closing arguments are what is...
Are we going to get asked to do our closing arguments? Oh, I have to go back to the other desk. Whoop. Here we go. Do you think we got it, Dave?
I don't know. I mean,
the
whole gun thing.
There has been an important development in the Tobin trial. We go live to City Hall.
Just a few moments ago, the jury finally returned. They are looking very haggard after 9 days of deliberation.
What?
Word is they have reached a unanimous decision. The judge is now querying the foreperson, who will then hand over the verdict to the clerk of the court.
Let's see.
Okay. Come on.
Will the defendant please rise?
Why do I suddenly want to stand?
Clerk, read the verdict.
On the charge of grand theft, the jury finds the defendant guilty.
Yes! Okay, what about the
On
murder?
the charge of murder, the jury finds the defendant guilty of murder in the second degree.
Damn it!
Second degree.
So close!
Second
You
degree.
did pretty well, considering.
Yeah, because you're fucking terrible.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Also, is second degree still pretty bad, isn't it? Death by geese.
And across the country. It's that knowledge, being in
How many did they fucking film of these?
The very beginning,
That was really
Granger was
good.
very tight-lipped about how it was going to go.
So,
He wouldn't
second
even
degree
comment
murder
off the record.
is
This
not
disdain
premeditated.
Sure
That's
hasn't
it.
helped him with the press.
Well, there's one bit of good news, Frank.
What's that, Laura?
No more chicken salad sandwiches for you.
You
I
got
mean, we
that
did
right.
get him
Also,
in
no
not
more
premeditated,
French
but you
fries,
know.
No more onion rings, no more ring dings, no more cherry pies, no more apple
We
pies.
get the picture. Thank you, Frank, for all that probing work. And now to our legal eagle, Dr. Fleece. In a few remaining minutes, Dick, tell us how well you think the people were served
Dick
by
Fleece.
City Attorney Granger.
Well, I had very high hopes.
He did.
Right from the
He
beginning.
did. Yeah, he did prove that.
Effective
Yeah.
opening statement, saying he was going to prove motive, and then following through and doing precisely that.
And as for the trial proper, I understand things were going swimmingly for Granger.
Oh,
That's correct.
assistant DA as a script consultant on this.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, I'd believe it. It's been pretty tight, honestly.
Honestly, you know what? I really enjoyed this. I think this is a really solid game.
Yeah.
Hello, Earth calling.
And like Villainy said before, I think this is good FMV.
Yeah. This is probably like the best use of FMV that we could have seen. Because, I mean, like, what's it called? Think about a lot of the FMV from this era. It's either extremely cheesy or it's, like, really tiny because they know that they can't do full screen.
That was really good.
Yeah. All persons and events portrayed in this program are fictional. Boulder burned in 1995.
I kind of want to get the
book,
novel.
yeah, me too.